Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Good afternoon, good evening. Come on in. Like, share, subscribe. Come on in. We have some breaking news I want to share. Come on in. Come on in. Listen, the Trump administration is not playing. Trump is the face of what standing on business looks like. Come on in. Come on in. Hit the like button. Come on in. We got some arrests. Today is in. Let me tell y'all who went to jail today. Let me tell y'all. Y'all might know some folks who went to jail today, but I'm gonna tell y'all some other people who went to jail today. Come on in. Folks getting locked up. Folks on their way to El Salvador. I'm just saying. Folks ain't going to county. They bypassing county. Y'all, county gonna be a thing of the past. People gonna be like, oh, I remember back in the day when we would go to county and we can do our time there, get 3 meals a day, and then bail out and go home. You going straight to El Salvador? Mm-mm. No, no. County ain't coming back until a whole new administration come up in. Because this current administration don't know what the hell a county is. They were like, oh no, we don't do county here. That's part of the old administration. We don't do county. We do time. We do time. Come on in. How y'all doing? Hit the like button as you come on in. I got some updates. Listen, folks been blowing up these Tesla cars, acting like we ain't got no penal system, acting like they don't know what the heck, they don't know what El Salvador, what CCOT is. Folks just out here acting like they don't know nothing. Pam Bondi told them that she was on a Pam said, I'm on. You know, how you look in the camera and you tell somebody, you send them a message. You ever watch them shows? And they say, if the person was watching, what message do you want them to hear from you? And then they look, y'all coming up on the stoplight. Then they look in the camera and they say, I'm on your ass. See, that's the energy that Pam Bondi got. She told them folks, she said it. She looked in the camera. She looked in everybody's camera at the press conference and said that to all the people who was blowing up Tesla vehicles, to all the people, the people who were here, the illegal immigrants, the gang bangers. Yeah, we're gonna call them old school, the gang bangers. Yes. Pam said, I'm on your A. And it was so funny. I was listening to President Trump talk. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. He said Pam even scared the hell. He said Pam got him shook. Y'all know Pam. Y'all know Pam. She the blonde hair, little petite thing. Y'all know you always got to watch out for them little ones, because it be them little ones that be ready to stand on business. Y'all know, because some of y'all might be little, but y'all know them little ones. You got to watch out for the little ones. Trump said that Pam even got him shook, and he said Pam got me shook. He said Pam stands on business. Pam told them people, I'm coming for you. And here it is. What I'm thinking, y'all, that he has said that like yesterday. What did he? Let me see. When did he say this? Maybe like 2 days ago. He said that at a Pam conference. And here we are. Here we are. I'm telling y'all, we have arrests for the Tesla fires. So if some of you all been following me at least for a couple of weeks. I think last week I talked about the Tesla fires. Remember, there was a guy. I'm not going to say it was a guy. We didn't know it was a guy at the time. We know it's a guy now. But last week, remember, there was about 5 vehicles set on fire. 5 Tesla vehicles. Remember, I said the person went beyond just setting them on fire. The vehicles on fire. They even shot up the vehicles. They set them on fire. They threw cocktails at them. They shot them up. They busted them with it. Listen. They was like, you know what? We're just getting rid of the Tesla vehicle. It ain't no, they gonna be able to go put them in the shop. You know how sometimes somebody might F your stuff up and you can kind of put it in a shop. They might F your paint job. You had this girlfriend, pissed off, and she done keyed your car. You get all in your feelings or whatever, but you go put it in the shop and get you a little new paint job, cuss her out, and move on about life. Oh no. Whoever did this says, oh no, we're not doing that. This is gonna be beyond a cussing out and you go get you a new paint job. This is gonna be, you just need you a whole new bag to go get you another vehicle. How about that? So this is what happened there. There was 5 vehicles. I think the vehicles were like at a maintenance place. You know how you drop your vehicle off and you just expecting on Saturday that you're gonna go pick your ish up and it's gonna be looking the way it looked when you dropped it off. Well, not for these 5 Tesla owners. The vehicles didn't look the way they was looking when they got dropped off on Monday. You know, you drop your ish off on Monday, you get you a little rental, whatever. Tesla probably put you up in a car. I hope so. With as much as these vehicles cost, they at least putting you up in a vehicle while they working on your ish. But you know, you dropped your stuff off at the top of the week, and you like, okay, they like, yo, come back by Friday, Saturday. We got you. You come get your car. No, you getting a call on Tuesday talking about, yeah, your ish got blown up. It's just no longer in existence. But yeah, so I need to call the next person who also got their car blown up and let them know the same thing. That was last week's message. If y'all didn't see that live, go find that. I gave a whole story on how that conversation went down when they had to call them Tesla owners to tell them that they ished and got blown up, and it went bye-bye. Not only did it get blown up, it got shot up, shoot them up, bang, bang, like a whole drive-by. It was all kinds of stuff happening with these Tesla vehicles. Them people weren't ready. When you go drop your ish off at the shop, you ain't expecting all that. You're just not expecting all that. So these people got more than more than what they was told that was going to take place with a vehicle. You know, that courtesy customer service when you leave your keys with them people on Monday and they set the expectation on when you probably going to be able to get your ish back. Y'all, they did not tell them folks that they ish could possibly get blown up, shot up, windows. They didn't get that part on Monday, but that's all right. On Tuesday, that's what they were told what had happened to their vehicle. So anyway, they didn't caught the man who done did it. Yeah, child, they didn't caught the man. Y'all, it's an Asian man. It's an Asian man. It is an Asian man. I felt like it was a male that did it, but you couldn't have convinced me that it would have been an Asian male who did that. I don't know. It was just giving white man vibes to me. I'm just saying, y'all know how the white man get pissed off and just want to blow shit. That's what it was giving to me. I'm just saying, it was giving white man vibes to me. But anyway, it was an Asian man who went and blew them people cars up, shot them up, bust the windows out, did everything that I told y'all that popped off with that car by Tuesday. Remember, it got dropped off on Monday, it got blew up by Tuesday. Listen, this is just how I'm just reporting the news. I'm just reporting it. So they got him. I'm sure he's basically saying, listen, I'm sorry. I just had a rough day. Elon had pissed me off. Listen, I'm sorry. Charge it to the game. Damn, Pam, why you got to be so serious? Why you got to be so sensitive? Damn, do you really got to hit me with terrorist charges? Really? I told you I was in my feelings, just like the rest of the world. Y'all know, y'all already know how the conversation going. What had happened was, you know how when you get into your feelings and you start doing the absolute most, and then you get caught up, and then you got to try to backpedal and do your what had happened was. Oh, I would love to hear what his Paul Kim is his name. I would love to hear what Paul Kim's what had happened was. Paul then got hit, y'all, with 15 charges. So if you're wondering what charges, every dang thing. So any charger you can think of, any charges that your boyfriend, your man then got hit up with before, your daddy, your uncle, you, all them charges. Paul got them charges on him too. That's why I say he ain't going to county. They, this is that situation where they skipping over county, because remember, under the Trump administration, there ain't no county no more. County was a whole Biden thing. They don't do county in the Trump administration. They do El Salvador. There is no county. Those days are long gone. People are going to be wishing for county jail by the time Trump is out of office. They are going to be so wishing for county. They gonna be crying in the courtrooms about, like, begging, please, can you send me to county, because I cannot do CCOT. I can't do it. Oh, Paul Kim, y'all think he going to CCOT? Y'all think Paul Kim is going to CCOT with these 15 charges that he was hit with? Because before they even captured him, they was already saying what this was given was terrorism. They was already putting that out there before they even caught the man. How they caught the man, I figured the person was going to get caught, because y'all, everywhere you got cameras. Like, you really think about it. Everywhere you go in the USA, at least here, you see cameras everywhere. So to me, I felt like they was going to capture him. But yes, this is what, they use surveillance cameras and things like that Child, this man was a part of what they said this man had going on. This man was on social media. He was associated with the Communist Party of the USA. What is that? What is that? He was a part of the social media group, the Communist International Hidden Palestine. What the hell is that? What is that? What is that? I told y'all the man is Asian. What are you doing with the Palestinians? What? Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim. This the judge. Mr. Kim, come on up here, Mr. Kim. Don't be acting like you can't speak English now that I'm about to be on your. It's Mr. Kim. Use your words. I know you know, and you knew enough to go blow up them. Listen, don't play with Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, I'm gonna need for you to use your words that we all can understand, so this reporter can type all that ish on what bull you was on, because we need to understand what happened. Because you're about to get shipped off to CCOT. We already got a plane waiting. We got our next plane waiting. We just waiting for that judge to go on and get out of his feelings and move out the way so we can go ahead and get it off the runway. Mr. Kim, what, Mr. Kim, these are the conversations that are being had with Mr. Kim. These are the conversations, because Mr. Kim got some splaining to do, not some explaining. He has some splaining to do. Listen, I told y'all it was 5 Teslas. So together we talking about two, three, probably 300, upwards of $300,000 worth of prop. Listen, Mr. Kim, listen, Mr. Kim doing time. Mr. Kim is doing time. If they send Mr. Kim, now Mr. Kim in the picture, he had long hair. He was one of the Asians. Y'all look him up, Paul Kim. He had long hair, but y'all know you get a fresh fade when you go to CCOT. Soon as you hit CCOT, you getting a fresh fade. That's the first thing. Like, so y'all see them getting off them planes. Next thing you know, they bent between somebody's legs and somebody shaving their hair off. Mr. Kim about to be damn. He finna be a skinhead. Mr. Kim is finna be straight bald headed. He is not finna have no long jet li, no long ponytail. Oh no, those days are gone. Those days are gone. Mr. Kim is gone, y'all. He is gone. He's getting a fresh fade. I promise y'all, that man is about to get a fresh fade. Y'all know how they do when they do check in. Y'all ain't seen them videos of CCOT. Y'all better get into them videos of CCOT. That's why I said they need to do a campaign for CCOT, because I really believe that if they did that, doing campaigns for CCOT, it would really change how people move. Actually, I think at the press conference, President Trump was like, when Kim Bondi looked in the camera and said, "We on your way and we coming for you," he said the reports of vandalism on the vehicles kind of went down. I bet the heck they did. If she done looked into the camera and she didn't have them shook. Listen, I knew that woman was about business the very first time I heard her speak when she threatened to sue New York when it came to the immigrations. And if they continue, because I think New York was putting a drop on their people. So the immigrants in New York, they were telling like the public, the officials, I think that she got pissed off because I think it was the FBI or somebody gave the drop on and told the immigrants, "Yo, they coming for you. They coming for you." So she got pissed off, and she told them that she was gonna sue them. She listen. She got pissed off. So I knew that she was very different from that day on. You know how that energy, somebody give off that energy that's about their business. I know I give off that energy. So when when you got that energy, you recognize that energy in somebody when they about business and they not with your ish. That's Kim Bondi. That is Kim Bondi. Trump said the woman got him shook. He was like, "Oh, she stands on business. I need her on my team." So Kim, these folks have arrested this man, Paul Kim, in Las Vegas. So that's one down. Let's move on to the gang banger, the leader of the pack for the what they said, the MS-13. Is that his name? That's the name of the gang. Well, she done got him too. She done got him. Kim done rolled up on him too. I saw that press conference before I left the house to come on live. But listen, she got him. That was the top of her list. She got him. That woman looked That woman looks so proud. Looks, I'm so used to seeing Kim stand on business. I never really see her smile and stuff. Oh, Kim was all smiles at this press conference as she talked about having the head of the MS-13 leader in custody. She has them in custody. You all, they found this man, they found him in Virginia, right outside of DC. Like literally, he was in their backyard. This man was in the backyard, like right near the Capitol. They found him. I'm gonna give y'all, I just made my destination so I can talk, read my notes. And I'm gonna get into y'all comments. Y'all hit the like button. It's 92 of y'all. Hit the like button. So let me tell y'all about the man. Have a good practice, Alani. Let me tell you. So the MS-13 leader. Come on, listen. Come on up in here. Hit the like button. They said that he was the head person for the MS-13 for the East Coast. So y'all know when these game bankers, they be having territories, right? So you're going to have your East Coast, your West Coast, and you got to have your one in the South and North. Listen, you got your regional leaders. So this man represented the East Coast. His name was Henry Santos. Henry Santos, y'all, he was a baby. Henry is only 24. I told y'all he was the leader of the East Coast. Who his daddy is, who his folks is, because y'all know how you get to passing stuff down the line. I want to know who his people is. Y'all know how old school be like, who his people, who he belonged to. 24, 24, just running ish, 24. Henry Santos, you all. He was booked on weapon charges. He is one of 340 illegal criminals that was busted by the FBI just this month alone. This month alone, the month of March. 340 illegal migrant criminals. This is underneath the Trump administration. Now, what the F was going on underneath the previous administration to where we wasn't seeing this type of movement? Look, come on, I want to talk about it. What the F was going on for the last 4 years that we wasn't seeing this type of motion for? The Trump administration have been running things for not even 90 days, and we already have the head leader, the leader for the East Coast for the MS-13. We already have him in custody, booked on his dang here. Remember, I talk about El Salvador. This fool is from El Salvador. Okay, fool. Well, you should know all about CCOT. You should know all about CCOT. You should know all about CCOT. That's your local. That's your local spot. Your local prison, because they said that's where he was from. But he out here doing the absolute most. Oh, okay. President of El Salvador got something for you. You getting a haircut too. You getting a haircut too. Everybody's skinhead, because you can't have no hair in that facility. Everybody's skinhead. I have not seen a photo of what this guy looked like. Quickly before I left the house, I just made it to soccer practice for my daughter, so I'm just chatting with you all while she's practicing. I don't know what he looks like, but I know he's 24, and I know his name is Henry Santos. These are the things that I was able to learn quickly before I jumped on live. I wanted to come to you all and just share that. MS-13, much of those people that President Trump said that was on that plane, I really think that he claiming all of them people, at least, I don't know if it's probably like 2 gangs. So a large number of the people that was on the planes, a couple of weeks ago that Trump sent to El Salvador, a large number of those people, the Trump administration said were connected to the MS-13 gang. I had never even heard of MS-13, you all. Listen, I'm old school. All I know is Bloods and Crips. I don't know nothing else if it ain't a Blood and a Crip. So listen, y'all can let me know if y'all familiar with these gangs, but I'm from California. I grew up knowing, hell, I can't be wearing red. I can't be wearing blue. So when I was a kid and we were vacationing in Los Angeles, guess what? Mama had us in fluorescence. We had fluorescent green, yellow, and orange and pink. That's all we had. We can throw on some white. We had little white sandals. That was it. Wasn't no wearing no blue and no red. That's all I know. I'm from the Bay Area, but we would vacation in Southern California. We would go to Los Angeles, so I knew, we're going to Disneyland. Let me put this hot pink outfit on. And ain't no red. Blue is my favorite color. Well, goddamn it, it wasn't my favorite color in LA. I had to act like pink was my favorite color or fluorescent green. Like those had to be my favorite colors for the summer. Listen, we're trying to live. So that's all I know. So I don't know MS-13, what colors or what they associated with. But listen, clearly they don't play no games and they be doing the absolute most, hence why they why they locked they in El Salvador getting buzz cuts. Welcome everyone. Let me get through these comments. But listen, y'all, please act right in here because I surely ain't got no mods in here. And listen, I don't want to have to get. Come on now, do me right. And for starters, like the videos, 112 of y'all. And I'm trying to give y'all this breaking news on these folks who are going to jail. Y'all, I don't know when y'all gonna see these people again. That's why I'm trying to let y'all know because y'all might not see these people again. I tell y'all, county is a thing of the past. There is no county. There's CCOT. CCOT has replaced county. So if you ever think, oh, are they going to CCOT? No, they're going. Are they going to county? No, they're going to CCOT. Think CCOT. As long as Trump is in the office, county is a thing of the past. It's about CCOT. If you don't know what CCOT is, Google it. It'll change your life just from seeing the doggone TikTok video. It was enough to change my life. Almost every live I do, I bring up CCOT so y'all know it impacted my life. I compare everything to CCOT. Hell, I need to show my son at home the video of CCOT, the way he running around trying to do the absolute most, which is why I got to go to the schoolhouse in the morning at 8:30. I need to show him the damn CCOT. Hey, Billy Jones, thank you for subscribing. Thank you all. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Listen, it's going down. It's a lot going on. Hey, Rainy, haven't seen you in a while. No long time. No see. Hope you're doing well. Ivan said SNL when Shane Gillis and Karen Thompson to the news. CCOT for terrorists. Yeah, everybody going to CCOT. That's the new county. CCOT is the new county, y'all. People ain't finna know what county is. Listen, folks finna be wishing. Folks finna be wishing for county. Have you ever thought there was a day that people would be wishing that they could go to county? That is the day. Like right now is a time that people would wish that they would go to county when they hear CCOT. Like, ain't nobody trying to go to CCOT. Ain't nobody trying to go to CCOT. Ivan says he a U.S. citizen, so no, yep, this man is from El Salvador. So the guy from Las Vegas, the one who blew up the cars in Vegas, I don't know if he's a citizen. In the reports, it didn't say that he was an illegal immigrant. So I don't know with the guy in Florida, in Las Vegas, because the guy who set the Tesla cars on fire, he is in Las Vegas, and they didn't indicate what his like citizenship status was, but he is like of Asian descent or something like that. But the guy who's over the MS-13 leader, for sure, they said he's an illegal immigrant from El Salvador. Yeah, he's a legal immigrant from El Salvador. So he is definitely going to be going back. And yeah, I don't know if El Salvador has any other prisons because all I ever see is CCOT. So it seems like, listen, you do the absolute most there. You just going here. I don't know if they got to listen. It just seems like, listen, this is just where you go. This is our only stop. And this is your final. What they say, you ain't getting no visitors, like you ain't a conjugal visit. They don't know what that is, so you finna be playing with yourself because you ain't getting no conjugal visit, and you not really even interacting with the other people there because like you spend your most of your time is in your cell. You get you one pair of drawers, one pair of pants, one t-shirt. You laying on this hard bunk bed. You ain't getting no, like, you think you getting you a little mattress. You ain't getting no mattress. They like, what you think this is, county? We don't do that. That's what you think this is, county? This is CCOT. This is CCOT. We ain't got no mattress. You finna get this thin sheet, ball up, because you know how when you cold and you ain't got enough covers, you got to damn ball up, preserve the heat. This is what you about to do. This is finna be your new way of living, sir. This is going to be your new way of living. So this leader, the 24-year-old baby that's out here running around doing the absolute most, he is about to end up in CCOT. It is what it is. Listen, Pam said, listen, we on your they didn't had ample time to get their affairs in order, to act like they had some get right to them. But no, folks think fat meat ain't greasy. So I can show you better than I can tell you. Pam said, listen, I'm about to show y'all what I'm talking about when I say I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. And Pam is showing these people. We already know the MS-13 leader heading to CCOT because that's where his home is. So Trump ain't even got to get no clearance from, I don't even think he got to get clearance from probably the judge or nothing, because this is actually where he came from. So he probably going to have him a whole little private little ride over to El Salvador, rightfully so, because that's where he needs to be. I mean, it's just so crazy that the the work that they've been able to accomplish in so many the work they've been able to accomplish in such little time in comparison to the previous administration that was in there for years, for like how, Sway, it's given that you didn't care to get these people off the streets. That is what it's given. How else do you slice it and dice it? How else do you slice it and dice it when you're seeing Trump and his team making what the Cardi B say, the money moves? They're making moves. They're getting people up on out of here. It's giving that if there is a will, there is a way. So it hasn't been impossible to make this stuff happen. It's just that we finally got some people who were invested in wanting to make ish happen, who are wanting to legit make the streets safer. Y'all think we finna have people boycotting the arrest of this man? Who is this? Henry Santos, the leader of the MS-13. Because hell, people be out here boycotting everything else. Do y'all think, what is that, on April 5th? How many of y'all finna be at the little boycott, the whatever, being finna be outside on April 5th? Y'all think they finna be outside talking about free Henry Santos? I'm just wanting to know, because I done seen some strange things. It's very interesting what people go outside and campaign for. It is very interesting. I'm just waiting to see if we finna see the signs talking about free Henry Santos. Free Henry Santos. Free Henry Santos. Are we finna see them signs? Because I can't wait to hear the justification. Are they gonna hit him with, well, how we know he the leader? He only 24. He can't do all that. He just a baby. He a college student. I'm just saying, I'm just wondering what are the different things that people probably gonna say to cape for this man, because they will. How about the man who blew up the doggone Teslas in Las Vegas? What do you think them people gonna be saying? What do you think them people are going to be saying? Because, listen, not that long ago, listen, we had Jasmine Crockett out here on her birthday saying, well, all I want for my birthday is for someone to take Elon Musk down. I'm just saying, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean when someone says that? What does that mean? Because Pam Bondi, back to Pam Bondi again. She like, I say you look at the camera, she's like, what that's supposed to mean? What that's supposed to mean, Miss Jasmine? What that's supposed to mean? The people want to know. The people want to know. That's the energy that Pam Bondi came with to her. Like, what does that mean? So now I'm wondering, now that they got this man who done blew up these people's cars, like, is people gonna be out here on April 5th? April 5th apparently is the day everybody and their mama's supposed to be outside walking the streets for whatever they cause is. That's just the day. So I don't y'all put your tennis shoes on or whatever. So whatever you in support of, it's just the universal day that you just be outside talking your talk. Whatever that may be. That's just the day everybody outside talking their talk. What your sign gonna say? That's the question for the day. What will your sign say for April 5th? Will you be outside? Will you be outside? What will your sign say? Because it's a lot of ish going on. Will you be out there talking about free free Henry Santos? Will your sign say that? Or will your sign say free Paul Kim? Which one? What your sign gonna say? Or is your sign gonna be centered around a job? I need a job. Your sign gonna say, I need a job. I need a job, Trump. Like, what is your sign going to say? Chrissy P said, my sign says she speaks. I know that's right. Listen, I be speaking on it. There's so much ish going on, y'all. That's why I'm like, from what I hear, April 5th is just a day that's going to be just talk your ish day. Hashtag talk your ish. Whatever your ish is, April 5th is that day for you to do it. That's how it was summed up for me. Because I'm like, well, I just learned, y'all, about the April 5th like a couple of days ago. I'm like, well, what's April 5th? What we doing out there? It's just National Talk Your Ish Day. So whatever your grievance is, whatever your grievance is, that's the day to go ahead and talk your ish. But I've been seeing people, I don't know, black folks talking about we ain't participating. We sitting this one out. I don't know. We'll see what that day look like if a lot of black people gonna sit it out. Cause y'all know us black people, some of y'all may not know, but black people, we tend to damn give a damn about a lot of stuff that don't serve us. We do. We do. We're just built like that. We just care. We just happen to care. We care when we probably shouldn't. We care at a fault. We do. We do. So I do expect to see a good number of us out there because for most of us are Democrats. I do expect to see a good number of black people um, out there, with they sign saying whatever. I don't know what they sign gonna say, but I expect to see my people out there participating with their signs. We are an emotional group of people. What can I say? Welcome everyone. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Let me know. Are you here for any of these arrests? Are you like free what's his name? Free Mr. Kim. Free we need to free Mr. Kim because that one connected to Elon. We need to free Mr. Kim. Let him go. Mr. Kim only 36 years old. Let me add that. 36-year-old Asian male. We need to free Mr. Kim. Now, what you say, Sheik, that other man, young man name is? What's that other young man name is? Henry Santos? Yeah, you can keep him in there. Yeah, you can keep Henry Santos. Keep Henry. Henry just didn't get whoopings. He didn't get whoopings. We gonna just leave Henry in there. Let Henry just stay in there. He can just go on home to his folks. But Mr. Kim, we need to free Mr. Kim because Mr. Kim was out there just doing one for the team. He was doing one for the team. That Elon, that Mr. Musk has pissed us off. Mr. Kim was just taking one for the team. So they need to go ahead and let him go. He's a citizen. Sheik, did you say he's a citizen? Well, I don't know, Miss Mary, if he's a citizen. I'm not quite sure. They didn't say if he was a citizen. They just said he was a 36-year-old Asian male and his name was Paul Kim. Okay, Sheik. I think he's learned his lesson. We can keep him around. But the other young man, who do you say? You say he's a gangbanger? You say he's a gangbanger? Yes, Miss Mary, they said that he was the leader for the East Coast, for the MS-13. He was the leader. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They can go ahead and send him away. Yeah, that young man needs some discipline. Someone needs to talk to him. Go ahead and send him away. Y'all, what will your sign say? What will your sign say? Because you're going to always have the people who are going to still find some type of logic or rationale to support nonsense. You always gonna have somebody who's here to support nonsense. I've been seeing it. I come out here and report on it because I be trying to understand. That's why I be coming out here because I be confused by some of these signs that I see. I be confused. I be confused. And I know April 5th is going to be another day of confusion as I read some of these signs out here because April 5th is just going to be National Air Your Grievances Day. Air your grievances. That's the day you go out there and do that. That's the day. Hey, Ed, welcome. Love your energy and giggle. Thank you. Listen, Linda, listen. I just be coming out here trying to report the news the best I can based off of my understanding. Y'all, sometimes this stuff be so deep. I be like, now, what y'all doing now? Y'all said what? Who going to CCOT? Who y'all said running what on the East Coast? Who? You say he's 24. Y'all, that's the part that had me the most shook, to be honest, that he was 24. Because in the press conference, when they talked about the leader for the MS-13, I didn't hear them say like the description of him. So I went to Google. I said, they taking too long. I got to go. My baby got to go to soccer. I need some details so I can tell the people. So I went to Google and I'm like, well, what's going on, Google? And that's when I learned that he was only 24. He was a baby. I said, wow, running the whole East Coast. Y'all, what was his name? excuse me, what's the guy, the character from Power? Hell, he wasn't even daggone 24. Ghost. Ghost was a grown man with a wife and children. Y'all know most of the time when we see stuff where somebody's running ish, they don't be 24. They knucklehead son might be 24, who plans to take over the business, but he just dumb as a box of rocks. So daddy's still trying to work on him. But they don't be 24 that we see it in the movies. They're usually like they said this man was 24 years old. That's why I'm saying who his people is. The old school people say who his people is, who his folks is. Because for him at age 24 to be running the show like that, he had to be a beast. He had to be a beast. Think about it. A baby with power, right, Nicholas? A baby with power. Think about what he has had to have done to earn his stripes to get that position, because y'all know you're not just getting that position, but like I said, a lot of times these positions are handed down from family members. Like it's another family member, like your father, your grandfather, is generations. So I wonder if maybe his father is no longer living, or if daddy is still back home in El Salvador, or maybe daddy at CCOC. I don't know. Daddy might be at CCOC, but was he sent to the US to handle, to take over? You know what I'm saying? How you kind of, y'all, I be watching them movies. I like to watch them movies. They send somebody from Colombia or Cuba, whatever, and you go into, like, say, the US to set up shop for territory, and you build an empire. Y'all love those movies. Y'all, I love those movies where it's centered around where you see the kingpin. And a lot of times, the person who's running ish here in the US, they came from somewhere else, and they came over to build, to get new territory. They'll make their way in Miami. What was that? The Queen of, what was that? What was the one on Netflix, y'all? It was Queen of something. And I really got into that. That came out, I think, during the pandemic. And Vargas. What's the lady from the Vargas lady? Y'all know who I'm talking about, that actress, really pretty Hispanic actress. She played the heck out of that role. But I like those movies because you all, that's what happens. They send people from other countries to set up shop here. And then they create these territories, and then they take over and they expand. Y'all, I done seen, they'll make their way in the hood, throw their way, wherever, and dare you to say something. That's just how it goes. That's just how they go. They come into your community and they pump fear into you. And then next thing you know, you got somebody new who running the block. Keith, who used to run the block, now Keith gone. We ain't seen Keith in about 6 months. But we looking up and we see Carlos. And we like, who is this Carlos? Where Keith at? Keith been gone. Carlos then came in and moved Keith out the way. We don't even know if Keith is still with us. Y'all know how it be. You just look up and you see that things are moving differently. You're like, wow, it's a little different vibe. It's different around here. You don't really know exactly what happened, but there's been some changes. There's been some changes, and there's a new sheriff in town, and that there's a new boss in town. It's just a different type of energy that's taking place. And that's what happened when somebody move up in your communities and take over. This is what took place in Colorado. Y'all remember, y'all seen that on the news? Griselda Blanco. Thank you, Aaron. I think that was based on with the true story. I loved it. Get into that. I think I watched that on Netflix. But look her up. Like, I loved it. She was bad. She left an abusive husband she came from Colombia. She left, and then she made her way to Florida. She was resilient. She was resourceful. She was a single mama. Y'all know ain't nothing like a single mama. A single mama gonna make it do what it do. Come on, somebody, if y'all in this chat. Y'all know when you a single mama and you ain't got nothing. She only had a few little dollars in her pocket. And she said, I gotta make $1 out of 15 cents. I got to build something. Man, she built something, all right. Oh, she built an empire. She built an empire. Aaron said J-Lo was supposed to play her in that HBO. Really? J-Lo, I think J-Lo is a better actress than she is a singer. I love J-Lo's acting. I think she could have done well in that role too. She would have done well in that. J Lo, I just, especially with Black, was that Black and Blue? She used to be that police officer, that undercover police officer in that show that she used to have. J Lo does very well work doing those street type roles. And it probably has a lot to do with the queen of cocaine. Yes, it probably, J Lo probably does well with those roles because she's Jenny from the block. She comes from New York, so she can kind of bring. They say a lot of times with actors and actresses, they can channel in from their old hoods and stuff. Um, Portray some of the people they maybe used to see in their communities. So you kind of bring like your real life experiences into your craft, and that's what makes you good at what you do. J Lo does very well when she does those real life street roles. She does very well. So I think she would have done well with that. But the lady who did the well, who played Griselda, she did very well in that movie as well. Queen of the South. Thank you, Geronda. Queen of the South. Thank you so much. What's up, Dr. J? Queen of the South. Please, please get into Queen of the South. Queen of the South. Very, very, very good. Queen of the South was a very, very good show. So, but I like to watch these shows because you all can attest to this. These things that we see on these shows and the movie, the TV, this stuff be based off of real life stuff that be happening. Like, I hope y'all, like, at this point, we in 2025, y'all know this. If you can see it transpire in a movie on the TV, it's a thing. It is a thing. Don't Don't think that, oh, that's just a movie. Oh, no, no, no. Mm-mm-mm. It ain't just no movie stuff. This is real life stuff that happens. And sometimes the stuff is so crazy to where you like, this stuff can't be popping off in real life. It is. It is. And in these movies and these shows, we'll see someone who's young just doing the absolute most, taking lives, just jacking people, stealing, robbing. We see that play out in a lot of the movies when you're dealing with somebody who's trying to grow and becomes just a name in the streets. Because a lot of times the respect for these people who live that life, who are about that life, they prove themselves by doing wrongful things. What they say, you ever heard of street cred? Some of y'all, the terminology, street cred. Street cred is when you do something out there in these streets and people become, no, it's kind of like that whisper, like, oh my God, y'all heard about what David did? That's that street cred because your name holds weight. Every people have been hearing about like what type of time you own. So when they see you and you roll up, they already know they got to put some respect in your name because they know about you. You have street cred. And a lot of times that street cred, people start working on that street cred when they're very young. Because naturally for someone who's young, somebody a lot of times may want to try you. Or you feeling like, or these young people feel like they got to prove themselves. You ever notice that a lot of times these young people be the most crazy, ruthless ones? Y'all notice that in your communities, or you hear with these stories where the craziest ish that take place be done by these babies, by these young bucks, these young girls too, but they be young. These old heads nowadays knows you cannot sleep on these young people. Y'all, I was listening to another content creator. Excuse me, who I was listening to, Angry Man. I don't know if you all familiar with it. He's a content creator, Angry Man. He's from New York. And he was telling a story of how when he was 13 years old, sitting on the block with some friends. And so let's go backwards. He said he was 13 years old. He had just moved into a community, made a new friend. So it's like, all right, bet. They're at school. Remember, he's new to the school. There's this other kid that wants to try him. Next thing you know, it's the other kid like, yo, see me after school, 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, I'm on your top. Y'all know how I go. So Angry Man was like, all right, bet. Listen, I guess I'm going to have to do what I got to do. Hell, this is what I got to do. So time passed. School's going. He's at lunch. The guy who was like, yo, 3 o'clock, you about to smell my cologne. That guy walks up to him, was like, you know what? I know we was supposed to be in, hashing out, duking it out, fighting, doing whatever at 3 o'clock, but don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We Gucci, we good. It's all right. Angry Man was like, yo, like, okay. But he was kind of confused, like, excuse me, why did old boy like back off? He was confused. So at the end of the day, his friend was like, yo, I heard that you was about to, have a little situation or whatever, but I took care of that for you. Angry Man didn't even know how his new friend learned that that guy had wanted to fight him. But his friend was like, don't worry about it. I handled that. Angry Man didn't know really what that meant, but he knew that whatever it was enough to put fear in that other young man to have him to say, yo, Angry Man, don't even worry about it. So he was like, I still never knew what exactly transpired, but I know that other guy backed off. Now, the same guy who had put fear in the other guy, so Angry Man and that guy sitting on the stoop with a grown man. They all having conversations. The grown man started just talking slick to Angry Man's friend. The friend was kind of going back and forth. Finally, the friend got quiet. The friend pulls out his piece, points it at the grown man, and threatened him and said, I will take you up out of here. Remember, this was a grown man that was just having banters with some 13-year-old kids. Angry Man said still to this day, he'll never forget the look on that grown man's face when that kid had that gun pointed at him. That kid scared that grown man. Angry Man said he knew from then on out what he was working with when it came to this friend, the depths that his friend would go. He saw it, he experienced it. And that changed his life forever. So what I'm saying is you can't sleep on these kids. So even though this MS-13 leader is only 24, what has he done to get that position? To be 24, to be respected within his community on that level that he's the leader of the East Coast. How many bodies do that man have? Y'all, I'm just saying, I'm throwing stuff out here for y'all to think about. This is how serious it is. So when y'all see stuff play out in these movies, know that this is real life stuff that's taking place like this, where you got young folks, young heads just running amok, and you got old heads who like, I ain't messing with them like that, because the old heads who got common sense, they're not even trying the young heads. They're not trying them like that. They're not even trying them like that. These young heads don't have a lot of respect. So they'll talk crazy to the old heads, and they don't show, you know how you respect your elders and all that. They're not moving like that. They're not moving like that. They're like, you're old, you washed out, get out my face. Get out my face. Get out my face. That's the energy that these young ones have. So these old ones are like moving like, all right, let me go on and stay over here. So word to the wise, any of you all who are in here, do not sleep on these kids. These kids are out here moving very reckless. That's why I say they need to show CCOT at the schools. I'm gonna show my son CCOT. Now that I'm talking, I'm gonna show my son CCOT, because these kids, they think there's no consequences to their behaviors. They think that they can just run amok and do whatever, and then they just, maybe lose the PlayStation, lose their phone. Like that, they playing. They are playing. They are playing games. And you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And your actions has consequences. And as a kid, you may get an administrator or a teacher and say, oh, I'm going to give you a pass. I'm going to give you a chance because you don't have anything else on your record, or you got good grades. You are a good student. But guess what, young man? Guess what, son? When you get out there in the real world, they're not going to be that lenient on you. They're not going to be as lenient on you as clearly mama and daddy has you still doing this. No, they're not going to do that. First of all, son, you're a black man. So already they finna be coming for you like, what's good? What we got going on? So you want to make sure that you are already on the up. You're living your life on the up and up for that day that they even want to come to you and have a conversation. Because if you know that you're living your life on the up and up, you ain't got nothing to be worried about when they want to search your car or even search your body. Why? Because you on the up and up. You got problems if you know that you riding dirty. I don't walk around with fear, or my husband walking around with fear, or say he get patted down and they see he got something on him. He could, sir, here's my license for that. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You got to have your paperwork in line. You got to have your affairs in order. You can't be out here just doing the absolute most. This is not how this world is set up. And people are out here thinking they can do the absolute most with no consequences. But guess what? We got a new sheriff in town that's saying, no, that's not how we do things here. That's not how we do things here. I can show you better than I can tell you, and I'm gonna show you at CCOT. I'm gonna show you at CCOT. These kids these days, these young folks, in a lot of situations, I would say most situations, they're ill guided. There's not good examples in the home. But that's not all situations. I can attest to that from my own personal situation with my child, where you can have kids that still want to do what they want to do. Even if you have done the best that you can and guided them and showed them right for wrong and had long conversations with them, they still gonna do what they want to do. They still want to go out there and be followers instead of leaders. So it's not always that the upbringing wasn't what it was supposed to be. You have some that just want to try to fit in, and that's a problem. That is a problem. Lovey said parents is not teaching the value of living, right? It's like you got to attack it in a different way, because sometimes you attack it one way and I'm like, all right, then you got to be realistic when the way you're attacking it is not working. How you know it's not working is when you're not seeing a change in the behavior. You see, maybe they may change the tactic on how they're going about doing the poor behavior. So you got to be like, all right, I got to try something else. I got to try something else. I got to get their attention before the streets get their attention, before President Trump gets their attention. I got to get through to my child. You have to do that as a parent, as the responsible adult. You have to be that forward thinker, to be able to see things ahead, to be able to think about ways in which you can kick it to them, finding a different type of verbiage to use, different type of examples. Maybe show your child the video of CCOT. It's worth doing these things, because guess what? The law, they're not going to be putting in all that effort like that. It's going to be an afterthought. It's you going to CCOT. That's how you're experiencing CCOT. Now, beforehand, you see in the video, they'll be like, oh, you'll be there soon enough. You'll be there soon enough. You'll see CCOT for yourself. I don't need to show you a video. But moms, dads, we need to show the videos. We need to be proactive. Thank you, Good Speed, for the subscribe. Please like the video. And so that's where I'm at. And that's what I want to encourage you all to, where we got to, especially right now under the administration that we have, they're not playing no games. My son, my middle son, he'll be 17 in July. So that means during the whole Trump administration, he is going to become legal age. He will be 18 still during the Trump administration. This administration is not playing with you. They are not playing. They're not playing. So it would behoove you to get this message before you leave mama and daddy's house. Lovey said these parents is not valuing themselves. Instead of just encouraging kids to be a rapper, a ball player, show them how to become an entrepreneur or a scientist. We got to put the work in. And it's so many people, so many of us, we don't want to put the work in just because we just, for our attention is on other things. Mama attention on trying to keep food on the table, or this chasing after this man who ain't coming home at night. This man who putting his hands on it. Like, we got misplaced energy. And when we got misplaced energy, guess who takes the hit for it? Our kids. Because we're not paying attention. When they say you got to be in their business, you got to talk to them, and they may not want to hear what you're saying, but you're trying to save their life. That's what it's about. We're not trying to raise Henry Santos, who's 24 years old, leading the East Coast gang for the MS-13. He is the East Coast leader. Now, here's the thing with that. Given the fact that he's in a leadership position, think about how that energy could have been channeled in a different direction. Because leader qualities are leader qualities. It's about how you channel it. How do you utilize it? How many times you hear people talk about, like with the dope man and drug dealers, how they good them numbers. They can calculate that ish in their head. How many of y'all, some of y'all may be that person where them numbers, y'all, you a beast with them numbers. Ain't nobody got you on them numbers. They come bring your money. You can just feel by the weight of it that's something. Where my $20 at? Where my $20 at? I got Twan. I know $20 is missing. I know. I can feel it. My hand is a weight. $20. Give me my $20. Give me my $20. Some people just have the gift when it comes to numbers. Think about the people where they're leading people and they got these different blocks in the communities, and they're designated, they're responsible for saying, yo, you need to be over here, you need to be over here, I need you here at 12 o'clock. Those are leadership skills. You're assertive. There is something about you that has these people willing to do what it is that you're wanting them to do. How can we channel that energy into something positive to where you're running a corporation? You got a legit business. That's what I'm saying. And some of you, that maybe you or your babies, to where you see the potential they have. You know they nice when it comes to numbers. When they got a mouthpiece on them, they can convince, they can manipulate. My son knowing what to say. Okay, well, let me shed some tears. I know I can do this, and that. Next thing you know, he back to doing whatever. And my daughter just laughing like, oh, he done got one over mama and daddy. Because as parents, you want to keep the faith in your kids, and you don't want to believe that your kid out here just doing the most on that. You ain't trying to believe that, because that's not what you raised. That's not what you showed them. But sometimes you got to get out yourself and recognize that even though that's not what you showed them, that's not what you raised, that's what is. And you got to stop and deal with what is. You got to deal with it. Because was that mama say, if you don't deal with it, the streets will deal with it. And I told my son there's only two ways out. It's going to be jail or coffin. Like, them the only two. When you choose to be about that other type of life, them the only options you got. If you don't turn it around, that is. If you don't turn it around. And there is a such thing as being too late. Because sometimes some people, they're one and done when it comes to sentence. They will catch a case, do time, and like it's forever, ever. Like they don't come home. And it's like, dang, like damn, Miss Bondi, like this is my first offense. Y'all, this guy who got 15 charges, who blew up the Tesla charges. Think about it. This easily could be his first time ever going before a judge, or even, committing a crime. And he got 15 charges out the gate. Y'all think this man coming home? Sometimes it be like that, to where that one time that you F up is it. It just be like that. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get through these comments today. Toya said, Garland said, I thought today too, how many people have he tormented or killed? Yeah, that's critical thinking. You got to think that way. At 24? At 24? You got to think that way. What did this young man do to earn such a position? What did this young man do to earn such a position? Meanwhile, they Paul Kim in Vegas, who blew up damaged, vandalized the 5 vehicles, have 15 charges at one walk, and he's only 36. Y'all think that man coming home? Y'all think that man coming home? So as I say, sometimes that one time can be the only time. That's it. There's no more second chances. Oh yeah, they said what else they said, centered around these accounts. Oh, each of these accounts, you all, they said, are valued at $5,000 or greater. What's that, restitution? Is that what they call it when you got to pay money back and stuff? So think about it. He got to do time. And then if he get out, well, he got a hefty bill that he got to pay. He got a hefty bill. He probably be like, I can't afford to get out. Because restitution, thank you, Doc. He probably like, I can't afford to get out because when they let me out, I got this bill I gotta pay. I can't afford that. So y'all might as well keep me up on in here. The things we do have consequences. Moral of the story. The moral of the story is the things we do have consequences. And it is very likely that at some point someone failed Paul Kim, just as they failed Henry Santos. But they are both grown men, 136 and 124. They're both grown men. And it gets to a point to where you have to take responsibility and you can no longer put blame on the people before you. As I told my son, you're under 18, but when you become 18, mommy and daddy are no longer legally responsible for you. You're on your own. You're on your own. Henry Santos, who's 24, whoever taught him whatever, they're not going to be with him during this time. Because he is likely to go to CCOT. They're not going locked in arms, singing Kumbaya, singing hymns as they're getting off of the plane in El Salvador. No, he's going to be by himself. Let's see when he gets into a place with criminals who are older than 24, who've been running amok longer than he's been breathing. Let's see how tough he is. Because you know what? There's always somebody bigger and badder, right? And they say it's always somebody bigger and badder. So if you're 24 and you was just running a show for the East Coast in the USA, but y'all think when he get to El Salvador in CCOT, he finna be running anything? Who y'all think finna be listening to him at CCOT? Y'all think anybody finna be listening to baby Henry Santos? Will anybody be listening to baby Henry Santos at CCOT? No, because more often than not, just because you running ish on the street, that don't automatically translate to you running ish in the penal system in the prisons. It don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Because guess what? When you go into the system, you're meeting up with your ops. You're meeting up with people who don't rock with you. You meeting up with people who might didn't like your daddy, who didn't like your brother. They don't even know you, but just because they know that you connected to whoever, they don't like you. Guess what? I've always heard before you show up to prison, they already know you on your way. Some of y'all been locked up, doing time. I've heard that they know you're coming already. They already know. They know you're on your way. They know what you're in there for. Like they already know. Like when I say these people in the system be some of the most smartest people, they be so smart, so resourceful, just misguided. Very misguided. That's why it makes a difference on like who has our children's ear. Who are we listening to? Because you got a lot of people who are locked up who are just misguided, who didn't have the right people sowing into them. As a parent, I always say, I tell my children, I do the best I can because that's all we can do at the end of the day. That's all we can do. And even sometimes that's not enough. And at best, you just hope that your child doesn't end up locked up or losing their life. You just hope that they can survive through whatever life lessons and experiences they may go through, because they will go through some things. You cannot protect them from everything. Hey, Francis, welcome. Dr. J said, I heard that about prison too. Like them prison folks, they be knowing. And the part that gets me, y'all, is when I used to hear about how the prison people don't like the PD file or the PDF filers. Y'all know what that is? I be like, oh, so we got prisons. They got a real strong moral compass. You will have people in there from often and taking people's lives, but they don't play about them kids. That used to really, boggle me when I would hear that as a teenager and young adult. Like, wow, like they're moral. It's like you got a lot of people and who may do criminal activities, but it's boundaries to it. And a lot of them, what they ain't trying to hear is that you did something to a child or you did something to a woman. Don't let them find out you did something to a child. Them be the ones that have to be in protective custody. Don't even let them find out you did something to a woman. Like they be different. They listen, you got some. They like, listen, I know I done knocked off. I got about 10 bodies under me, but what you not finna do is touch these kids. What you not finna do is finna be touching these women. That's what you not gonna do. Like for real, y'all. Like, so that's why I say you might be Billy Bad out here on the streets, but when you get locked up, when you go into that penal system, it is likely that you're nobody. You're nobody. Francis says, yes, especially in California prison system, they don't let that slide. Dr. J said, yep, I heard that too, Sheik. They don't want to hear that you brought harm to a child. I've always heard that. I heard that the one that like those people who are going into the system and they did something to a kid, like they don't have to be in like protective custody because like, and I'm speaking from like the men's prison. So I don't know like with the women, like how they move, but like the men, the only people in my family who I knew like did time like that, like it was men, no women, uncles and things like that. So yeah, like they don't play that, but like So I would hear that like if you're going in there because you did something to a child, like you're in protective custody, like they got to keep you over here because they waiting for you. Them other group, they waiting for mm y'all don't be out here messing with no babe. Don't mess with no children. That's not what you want. That is not what you want. That is not what you want. Lovey said, my girl cousin doing time. What's she doing time for? Most women, you all are doing time behind a man. Did y'all know that? Most women are doing time behind a man. Yeah. How many of y'all have done some, ladies who have done some silly stuff behind a man or some? How many of you men who have, there's been some women who have done some silly stuff behind you or another man? But most women are in prison doing time behind a man. They were loyal to a man. They took a charge for a man. They didn't sell him out. They did the bid for him. There are a lot of women who are riders like that, who will do that. They will take the charge. That's what y'all remember Empire, that show, that Lee Daniels show Empire that was really popular on Fox. That was the storyline behind that with Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson had did time for her then husband, Terrence Howard. And guess what? He wasn't loyal to her. He hooked up with another woman, Boo Boo Kitty. That's real life stuff. Y'all, these women who are in jail doing time, these men ain't on the outside holding them down, and they ain't on some papoose Remy Ma and they holding them down like that. No. Papoose is an anomaly. This is not what's happening. They're not on the outside holding these women down. No, they living their life. Maybe writing them, selling them wolf tickets if they are taking their collect calls. A lot of them probably not even taking these women calls. But these women are locked up doing time behind a man. It happens all the time. That's what I say. If you see this stuff in shows and movies, like this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. They create movies and things. There's There's a story out there. If you all familiar with the content creator Tasha K, she has her, her own website, but she has a movie on, and I didn't watch it. I heard her advertising it. But there's a story about the story of a young lady. I can't think of her name. You all may be familiar with the storyline. It's based on a true story. The young lady, she fell in love with a guy. She didn't know he was like this big kingpin. He was into drugs. She didn't know he was a dealer, because sometimes it will be like that, where you just fall head over heels for somebody before you really know him. You know what I'm saying? That's why you kind of gotta be careful. But it happens. So she fell head over heels with this street dude who was about that life. She came to learn he was about that life, but she was kind of already knee deep, and he was on this type of time of, yo, don't say nothing, just be a writer. And so she was doing that. Next thing you know, them folks come rolling up on her. She get locked up. They of course want her to drop a dime on him. I don't know the details of the story of whether or not she eventually do it or not, but basically she's the one sitting down during the time getting all the charges, like she was the dang on one running the whole empire, like she was running around being Henrietta Santos. When she was just with a guy, she got caught up. They rode up on her first. So she got all the charges as though she was the one, the kingpin, running wherever she was living at. And that was the furthest from the truth. But they was able to catch up with her before they could catch up with him. So I don't know how the story ends, but that's what I got from the trailer of the story. I'm like, man. But I wasn't surprised. I mean, because I know it happens all the time where a woman will catch a charge for a man. Some of you may have done it. Know somebody who's done it, but it happens a lot. Lovey says, love my husband, but if it is not morally right, I can't follow. He respect and honor that, right? Sheila said, this is how the law works, unfortunately. Yes, guilt by association, catching a stray. I like to call it catching a stray. Explain that to my son. Yo, I didn't do nothing. Okay, you might not did nothing then, but because you caught with something that you ain't supposed to have, it's got you looking like you could have very well did the very thing that they was investigating. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You got to make sure you on the up and up. So if them folks or somebody roll up on you and start questioning you, you know you Gucci, you know you're good because you live your life on the up and up. But when you don't live your life on the up and up, and somebody randomly just come rolling up on you, you got some splaining to do. You got some splaining to do. And they ain't finna be here for your tears like mama and daddy once was. Because goddamn it, when I say I ain't here for them no more, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I gotta live in reality of a situation and say, you know what, Houston, we got a problem. I gotta fix this. You're not finna be running game on me. Francis says my brother girl went to jail for him for years ago. Yeah, it happens a lot. Did he stick by her? That's the question. Did he stick by her? Did y'all hear the story recently? I don't even know what state it was, where the inmate, mind you, so let's peep game. So ladies, this is how we gotta do better. There's a story of I recently heard, it was another content creator who was sharing this story with a man who's in prison. How long is he in prison? Y'all, he in prison forever, ever, forever, ever. He got one of them sentences where they say for life and then they add 14 more years on top of it. You ever hear where you hear somebody got life and then it's one of like, and if you happen to come back again to earth, you got another 14 more years. This is the type of time this man got. So he in prison. He's married. Don't know exactly when he got married, but he been locked up since I think he been locked up about 32 years. Long time. His wife comes to see him for a conjugal visit. Y'all, why he knock off the wife while she there visiting him for a conjugal visit? This that stuff I'm talking about. And this ain't even made up. This some real life stuff. I ain't hitting y'all with no Netflix, no Lifetime, no Empire, no Power stuff, no Fox special. This was real life. His wife came to visit him for a conjugal visit, and he done choked her out. He done called the police talking about, y'all, she passed out. After he done choked her out, He calls the authorities to summon them to come help, talking about she passed out. And do y'all know it took like 4 months for it just now to come out with what her cause of death was? The fact that, first of all, y'all know he in there doing time because he done took out 4 other people. And y'all, he took them out by rolling up on them in a house robbery and just execution style took them out. So like I said, I think he been locked up about 32 years. I don't know when he married Miss Brenda. I don't know when they got married. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say she met him on the internet. Cause y'all know these inmates be having these doggone dating profiles out there. I'm gonna say she met him on the internet. Because I think he got locked up at about 23 and he old now. So I'm gonna say she's seen a little profile out there and she done found her little pen pal. Next thing you know, she done married the man. Because the news report talk about the mama and her parents would tell her, you baby, you can't save everybody. You can't save everybody. So it's given that she met him while he was locked up. She was a beautiful woman, a hair beautician. Like I said, went to see her husband for a conjugal visit, and he done choked her out, and now she ain't with us no more. This that ish I be talking about. This that ish I be talking about. This that ish I be talking about. Don't that sound like that can be in a Lifetime special, somebody Netflix movie or something? That's what I'm saying. This stuff we see in the movies and the stuff that's popping off in real life, like they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. You can make a movie off of that story. It took 4 months for them to come out and say what her cause of death was. How y'all didn't already understand that this man did it? So y'all roll up in there. He talking about, she just passed out. She just stopped breathing. This woman was in perfect health condition before she went to see his crazy, and now suddenly she ain't breathing no more. She on the ground. 4 months later, we learn, and yeah, the autopsy showed that, yeah, she was strangled. Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all stay off these dating profiles. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Serena, what's up? Stay off these dating profiles because you can't. I don't know how she met him, but I'm gonna say she met him on somebody's internet. I'm gonna say she met him on the internet. And sometimes people be so desperate for love. They're so desperate for love to where they they'll take them off. They'll take them out of they'll take them out of CCOT. Y'all don't be writing these men in CCOT. From what I know, they ain't allowed to have pen and paper. But if somehow they're able to send smoke signals, send a message your way through a pigeon, y'all ignore it. Keep scrolling. But there's legit, I promise you all, there's legit like a website out there for dating for people. And just like y'all see them whole content creators and YouTubers, how many of y'all follow inmates on YouTube? I don't follow none, but I done seen them come up before in my recommendation. Talking about y'all, what y'all want to hear on my next, what kind of content y'all want. For real. They out here. So they are out here with YouTube channels. They are out here with dating profiles. They're out here. So protect yourselves. Protect yourselves because listen, they knocking people off even from behind bars. So they need to take him on over to CCOT. Oh, since you still, so he got 5 bodies on him. How you doing time for 4 bodies and your 5th body is your wife? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You doing time for 4 bodies, but your 5th body is your wife? Oh yeah, he needs to go to CCOT. They need to show, okay, so this is what we do. We doing, remember I told you, remember back in the day, the DARE campaign, just say no to drugs? Okay. So we gonna do that. We need to do with the CCOT campaign where they run the ads, or you run it through the Super Bowl, the Grammys, the what else you can run it through, we got the World Cup, you can run it through the Olympics. Um, in between the commercials during the holidays for the Christmas parade, hell, you can even get a float that says CCOT. We need to advertise CCOT because these people who are doing the absolute most, this is where they need to go. And those are who are locked up and still doing the most. Oh, yeah, you're in Tuesday, Charles. Have your toiletries, whatever, packed up. We're taking a plane ride. We're taking a plane ride. Oh, Charles, you want to take out Miss Brenda? Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't like what Miss Brenda was given at the conjugal visit? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So you didn't like conjugal visits, you didn't appreciate it? Oh, okay. They didn't do okay. So that's all right. We gonna take you to CCOT. Don't worry about it. I promise you're gonna have a completely different experience there. Clearly, this facility just didn't do what it needed to do for you, but we got some place for you. We understand sometimes how some places don't work for everyone. It's all right. We have a place for you. Don't even worry about it. What, sir? What do you mean? What's a CCOT? Because you know he ain't gonna know what a CCOT is. Because a lot of folks didn't know. I didn't even know what a CCOT was until recently. So you remember he been in there for about 32 years. So Charles don't know what CCOT is. All right then, Charles. We got some. We're sending you a CCOT. Well, what's CCOT? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll learn soon enough. You'll learn. Don't worry about it. It's a surprise. It's a surprise. Life changing. Life changing. That's all you need to know. Life changing. Life changing. That's what they need to do for him. That's what they need to do for him. Forget a doggone death penalty, like giving them a shot and putting them. Nah, CCOT is like literally living hell. That is what CCOT is. CCOT is that place where you like, just take me out. Just, you know what? Just take me out. Just take me out. I just don't even want to be here anymore. That is CCOT. But no, Charles, since you want to play stupid games, you're going to win the most stupidest prize ever. Oh, okay, Charles. All right, then. It's unfortunate that some people have to learn the hard way and are meant the way they do. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Well, they say you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. I'm going to need for them to do interviews with people at CCOT. I need for them, remember, we need a whole special. I need for them to do like a documentary. I want them to talk to the people at CCOT because mixed in with this campaign, this national campaign that I feel like they need to run, we need testimonies of the people there wearing the white pants, the white drawers, the white t-shirts, skinhead, getting cup two, sandwich and some water a day, getting let out of their cell 1 hour a day, sleeping on a hard bunk with no cushion mattress. We need that. We need the testimony. We need the testimony on that experience because using common sense, we know that ain't what you want, but we need to hear from those people who have been receiving that type of experience. So what they say, so you can get it from the horse's mouth. Oh, we need to get it from the horse's mouth. That's what we need. Clearly, that is what we need. That is what we need. I don't see how doing what I'm suggesting will not impact the crime rate. I don't see how. I don't see how doing what I'm suggesting with the campaign will not be impactful to our youth in the schools. Think about it. Your child sitting in class watching the video on what's popping off there. Do you think that watching that special documentary or whatever, that child is going to leave that classroom with the thought of going outside to go do something wrong? I don't think so. I actually think it's probably going it's probably going to give them PTSD. I mean, they probably going to be traumatized, but that's okay. Sometimes you might need to be traumatized from an experience so you know what not to do again. It's okay. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. But would you rather them be traumatized by what could happen if they do something wrong, or be traumatized for having to deal with the consequences of their wrongdoing? Pick one. We can't have it both ways. Which one you want? You either going, mama say, you either going to deal with it on the front end or you're going to deal with it on the back end. But either way, you're going to deal with it. You got to deal with it or the streets going to deal with it. What you want? What do you want? You got to pick one. Pick a side. Pick a side. They rounding them up. AG Pam Bondi, she not playing. She not playing no games. President Trump is not playing any games. And I'm not mad at them, because if this is going to get our streets cleaned up, then this is what we need. How do you not support that? How do you not support safer streets for your family? A lot of times, y'all know, when stuff go down, it's an innocent person who's impacted, who's hit, who catches the stray. It's not the person involved in the nonsense. It's some innocent person. How many times, some of you may know people personally who got caught up in stuff and they were innocent, where they caught a stray, they was just out minding their business, and now they're not with us anymore. And it wasn't that they was running around with the wrong people. It was really literally like a wrong place at the wrong time. That is a such thing. Wrong place at the wrong time. How many times have we heard that though? That be so disheartening when you hear that someone is lost because of the wrong place at the wrong time. What does that mean? How do you protect, what words do you say to your children to protect them from something like that happening when they're out living their lives? Let me tell y'all a story. So y'all know I'm from the Bay Area. So I had family, just different parts of Bay Area, San Francisco, whatever. So when I was a young girl, my uncle, his girlfriend, and her family, they were from San Francisco. And brother, his girlfriend's mom was driving home from work. She was near the house and she saw a boy laying on the side of the street. So she pulled over to help him. That boy that was laying on the side of the street, that I think 15-year-old boy that was laying on the side of the street, was her son. I'll never forget that. Think about it. You're driving along, doing whatever. You see someone who's in need, who needs help, who needs aid. You stop to assist them, and it's your loved one. It was her son, her only son. She only had two children. She had her daughter, who was then, my uncle's girlfriend, and she had her son, her youngest child. He was like 15. Mistaken identity. I believe he died from his mistaken identity, a drive-by. Good boy, good student, mind his business. How many times have you heard stories where someone like that, somebody who just was the best of the best, like the best kid ever, good grades, very mannerable, well behaved, and they're the ones who are gone, but the knuckleheads, the ones who are out here doing the absolute most, just still living and breathing, living long lives, healthy and everything. But it's the ones who are doing what they're supposed to do, a lot of times are the ones that's taken away from us far too soon. And you try to make sense of these things, or you try to talk to your children about these things. You can't make sense of this. Wrong place, wrong time. Like, how do you prepare? Like, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. As we talk about this guy, Henry Santos, the gangbanger, 24, running the East Coast, the leader of the MS-13 gang. How many families have he impacted by his actions, his behaviors? How many innocent people are no longer with us? He's 24, so you know he earned his stripes. What did he have to do at 20? What did he have to do? What did he do? Because I assure you, what he's done is more than what any of the other ones have done. More egregious than any of the other ones have done. He's 24. You to be the head honcho, like you about that life. You are about that life when you're the leader. You are about that life. You are not to be effed with when you're in that position. Talk about put some respect on my name. Henry Santos, oh, them people was putting respect on his name. But it's a new day. Pam Bondi said, come over here. Let me holler at you. Let me come. Mr. Santos, let me baby, let me holler at you. Come over here. Come over here. I'll have to deep dive later and see if I can locate a picture of him because I just have his name. Some of you may have seen what he looked like. He probably looked like a baby. How often y'all seen monsters and you look at them and you don't even see it? They look so innocent. Then you see some, you like, oh, he look crazy in the eyes. But there are some, you see, some that don't. But you got some where you can see, you can see it in them. So I want to see what he looks like. I want to see what he looked like. Because I wasn't ready when they talked about being 24. I would have thought 40, like someone older, mature, not 24. Like I guess I'm old enough to be his mama. Because he's 24, I'm 44, so I could have had him at 20. I could have had him at 20. So yeah, I'm literally old enough to be this guy's mother. Crazy, yo. I wonder how long he's been over here. How long has he been over here running amok, terrorizing people? I'm wondering, after it's all said and done, what type of charges will they be able to charge him with? Because there's been other people picked up, affiliated with this gang. But I'm wondering, like, I think for now they just got him. They said arrested on like gun charges, but there's definitely, we all know there's more to it. He done. Listen, John, the gun charges is probably the lightweight charges. Today, I think he just got picked up today. He was, let me see, the guy who set the fires in Las Vegas. I think he got picked. His arrest was today too, but he was also due to be in court today. I think he had a court date today. So these are two new arrests. So I just learned, I had a busy day. So before going live, I was able to kind of learn this information that I'm sharing with you all. So I'll be able to kind of come back later with more information about this situation. But it's deep. Welcome you all. Please like the video, like, share, and subscribe. We just hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. Thank you so much. We're growing. My name is Chic. I come out here and I just talk about just what's on my mind, what's on my heart as of late. Um, Politics have just really had my attention. It's been kind of hard for me to move around to talk about other things because normally I talk about anything. But this whole situation with just the U.S. government, it really has my attention, has a lot of people's attention. So that's kind of what my commentary has been heavily about lately. So if you are interested in commentary centered around politics, the U.S. government, please follow me. I welcome everyone's opinion, even if it's opposed, it's different from mine. It's okay. I get a lot of comments in the chat, as you can see. I get a lot of people that come through. It'd be in the thousands, so I can't see all the comments. But the channel is now newly monetized, so I encourage you to send a super chat for however much you want. But you can put your comment in the super chat because it's color. I can see it easily, and therefore I can see your comment. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a lot. So I try my best to get through the comments, but nowadays, since I'm growing and it's a lot more people who visit my channel, I can't get to all of them. So the super chat, put some color in the chat. You might hear me say that so I can see your comment and I'll read out your comment. It's basically priority. But I do welcome you, and any support, even if you just liking the video, goes a long way. Um, it circulates me in the algorithm. So like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you have that notification bell hit so you know when I go live. During the week in the AM around 7:15 in the morning, I do what I call the Car Chronicles, and I'll do that usually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on my ride into the office. Other times, I'll just randomly go live whenever. I'm a soccer mom, so today I went live while I was taking my daughter to soccer. But nonetheless, I typically do lives. I don't really do pre-records like that. I'll do live. So if you want to catch a live, just make sure you have the notification bell on so you know when I go live. And if you happen to miss the live, it's okay. Be a part of the replay gang. Um, Drop a comment in the videos. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. I like to read comments. I will respond. But yeah, I'm just spreading the message, talking my talk, sharing my thoughts and opinions about our current government, economy, um, viral things taking place in the world. And as I talk about these things, I'll bring it to you with life lessons. My background is clinical mental health counseling. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. So I talk a lot from the space of like mental health, psychology, things like that, because everything like has some type of impact. Like there's an impact, a psychological, emotional impact in pretty much like everything that takes place in this world. And I will talk about, based on the things that are happening, the types of impacts that we can see. And that's why, I talk about the children and how I think that we can get through to them today with what's going on, like CCOT. Like um, I feel like a lot of our children can learn. A lot of our children can learn from CCOT and what's taking place at these prisons. A lot of the adults can learn. That's why I may laugh and joke, but like I really think that creating a campaign, sorry, I really feel like creating a campaign centered around CCOT would be very beneficial, because these kids these days, a lot of people just aren't moving with, there's just no fear of anything, of consequences. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. And people are just messing up their lives, and they're doing things that you can't come back from. You can't come back from taking someone's life. Can't come back from that. Some people are getting locked up and not getting out. You're getting a life sentence on the first time offense, because maybe what you did was so egregious to where they was like, listen, you doing time, or maybe it was just on some type of like unfair stuff. That's the thing. That's why you don't even want to get caught up like that, because it's not up to you on who's going to preside over your case. You just going to hope. You're just going to hope that whatever judge that presides over your case is going to be fair. You're going to hope that your attorney, your public defender you may have or may not have, is going to do right by you and really put in a good fight for you. You don't know. You just don't know. That's why we got to be mindful of how we moving out here, because you got people out here who are moving really reckless. You got people out here who are moving really reckless, and then when they're stuck having to deal with the consequences, they acting like, yeah, I don't understand why I'm here, Your Honor. Dr. J, you says it's a car chronicle. I didn't call it that because it's in the morning. So I didn't know. it was supposed to be me going for a walk when I got to soccer, but I just stayed. So we can categorize as a car chrono, but I didn't name it that. I thought I was going to go walking. It was going to end up turning into a walk and talk, but I never left the car, so I guess it could be a car chronicle. But typically my car chronicles are in the AM, like early in the morning. Um, Mr. President says, why doesn't Google show Susan Monera's ethnicity? She is most likely a Jewish American Israelite in charge of the CDC. Interesting. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that name, that person. Never heard of that person. So I'm not quite sure. But yeah, welcome you all. Hit the like button. So yes, it was breaking news with these arrests today. Those of you who may have just come in, at the beginning of the live, I'll do a recap. I shared that the person who set fires to about 5 Teslas a week ago has been arrested and charged. His name is Paul Kim. He's an Asian male and he's 36. And he's charged with a total of 15 accounts. And these accounts include suspicion of arson, destroying or injury of real or personal property of another at a value of 5,000 or greater, possessing or disposing of a fire device, and all are felonies and misdemeanor charge, all are felony and misdemeanors. And he's also charged with discharging a firearm into a vehicle. Because remember, I said he couldn't just shoot the vehicle. Set the vehicles on fire. He shot them up too. He set them ablaze and he shot them up. Like, why he couldn't just pick one or the other, I don't know. But listen, he had that I got time today because energy, and he just did the absolute most. So Pam Bondi was like, all right then, player. Since you had time that day, we got time today. And this is how we finna handle you. This is how we finna handle you. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. When they were investigating him, they said that much of what had taken place was giving terrorism. So he just may be hit with some charges centered around terrorism. I haven't learned yet that there has been any charges associated with terrorism. But from the investigation, it is said that he is associated with a communist U.S. a communist. He's so associated with a communist party, with the Communist Party USA. I've never heard of it. You all can let me know if you heard of any of these group organizations. Communist Party USA and the social media group Communist International and Hidden Palestine. These are the groups that he's connected to, he's associated to. So he could very well be hit with terrorist charges. So it's a good chance this man will not get out. But the thing for that he may or may not find to be favorable, these are federal charges, so he'll do Fed time. From what I hear, Fed time is better than state time. I mean, just because I hear the experience in the federal prisons is just better than the state prisons. But the thing about Fed time is that you have to do like it's like day for day. Y'all know how you hear about in state, like people getting out for good behavior and all that. That's not a thing when you're getting that Fed time. It's like day for day. If you got 20 years, oh bro, you feeling all them 20 years. All them 20 years. Whereas if you go to state, you might get 20 years. They might like, all right, for good behavior, we might let you do good 12. Then you throw in you some little educational programs, work on getting your GED, get you a little job in the kitchen, mop some floors, work at the library. You take some little time off. Like y'all know, like people be doing little things to try to, get some time shaved off of their sentence. You know what you do, what you got to do. Makes sense to me. But it's not like that with Fed time. Nah, you can do all that other stuff all you want, but it's not going to have no bearing on your sentence. So Celia said, Fed, you got to do 85%. Okay. That's the update for me, because I would always hear you had to do like all your little time. But 85%. But I mean, that's more than with state, because state, which you can sometimes do like half. So that's the thing. So I would say from the actual experience itself, Fed time would probably feel better. But state time, you got a chance of kind of like, getting out sooner. So Celia said it used to be day for day. Okay, thank you for that update. When did it change? Only person who I know of ever done Fed time was somebody, my aunt's old boyfriend. He did Fed time. He robbed some banks. He did it a couple of times. Yeah, he robbed some banks. He did time. He robbed some banks, got out, robbed some more, and then he did some more time. I'd seen him a couple of years ago. I think he was in a halfway house at this point. He had came to my grandma's funeral, and he said he had, just gotten out. I think he had only been out about 5 months. I don't know. But yeah, he told me about the bank robbery experience. I remember when I was younger hearing that he had went to prison for robbing banks. I'm like, oh my, and that's how I learned that black folks be robbing banks too. Cause I'm like, oh my, Brian robbed some banks. I thought that was a white person crime. But yeah, he held up some banks, did his little time. And I don't think he said he turned in the money, but I don't think he turned in all the money. I think he kind of, he put a little to the side because, okay, well, I'm going to need a little something to, kind of get me going when I get out. But yeah, so he turned in what he felt in his heart to turn in. And then he did his time and he out. So that's the only person I know who did Fed time. Everybody else, hell, they did state time. Y'all know most of the time our people be doing that state time. Usually you see more of the other people do that Fed time. Y'all know our people, we stayed all day. Y'all ever see like certain crimes you already can guess like who? There used to be a game they would play on the radio show, Ricky Smiley's show, like years ago. Here I live in Georgia, Metro Atlanta. And him and DeBrat and whoever else, that would be on the show, they would throw out and say some crimes and stuff that took place. And they'd be like, now, guess who did it? And it'd be so funny because y'all know, like, certain crimes, okay, they'd be like, okay, a drive-by happened on Saturday and they shot up the this is it, black. All right, then. Yeah, somebody robbed the Wachovia and then they went and, did. All right, you already know that was a white person. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see? So they would play the game and throw out the damn on crimes, and you got to guess who did it. Oh my God! But listen, I'm just saying that's how it is. Sometimes, like we know. Sometimes y'all would be like, black folks be like, no, we didn't do that. We don't roll like that. Y'all white folks might have their certain things where you hear about crimes, you be like, nah, that's not the type of time we be on. We don't do that. We do this, but we don't do that. Well, that's how it is. So that's why like most of the state, yeah, that's us all day long. But that Fed, nah, we not really stuff like, you got us in there, but we ain't. But thank you all. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you know when I go live. Looks like I'm running to. You all can let me know in the comments because I think I'm going to get off of here because I don't think you all maybe can hear me and it might be starting to buffer or whatever. Maybe the reception isn't the best where at my home right now anymore. Let me see. Let me try moving around first and see if it'll change if I relocate. If I'll get people coming back. Looks like my numbers are going back up. Can you all hear me? Okay, we got 21 of you in here. Can you all hear me? I think my reception was going down, so I had my numbers drop. Thank you, Serena. Were you all, was it buffing? Were you guys not able to, because my numbers had like went down really low, so I thought there was some type of technical problem. My numbers is going back up. So maybe I pulled up in my driveway, so it probably interfered with my reception. So I'll stick around because I was going like, all right, on that note, I'm about to roll out. I'll be talking to myself. Yeah, it was glitching. Thank you, Serena. Yeah, sometimes it'll happen. So I think it was probably just that spot in my driveway. So I'm glad we good. But I think y'all understand what I've been talking about. Is just the Trump administration. They, whether you're here for them or not, what I will say is that this administration has made it a priority to clean up the streets, to reduce our crime. Thank you, Dr. J. Thank you for letting us know. I see the numbers. We're back. We're up at 51. Please like the video. There are some things with the administration that I'm not here for. I've talked about it plenty of times on this channel. Many of you probably have heard me talk about it. If you're new to my channel, I talk the good, the bad, and the ugly with what's going on today. Today, the focus is on the good, with arrests been made from following the results of bad behavior. You see? So it's the good and the bad. So we talking about the bad because of the behavior, but the good is we gotta we solved the crime. We got a solution. We're solution based over here. We're solution based. And we got some arrests made. 69, 69. Y'all, we got 69 people in here and 69 likes. That's a good nine. That's a good number. So the good thing is that we got some people who were doing criminal behavior off the street. And I don't see how you can complain about something like that. What do you say to that? Like, what is something negative that you can say about the arrest being made for the damages to vehicles? Those vehicle owners did not deserve that. I never felt like someone who owns a Tesla should have to catch the stray and have their property damaged because of someone else being in their feelings about what Elon Musk said or did. I just don't feel like that's fair, because you all think about it. Everything that we have, somebody else made it. So imagine your house you live in. Someone being upset at the person who built it. My house is made by the builder D.R. Horton. There's in Georgia, that's a popular builder here. Builds a lot of houses. Imagine D.R. Horton pissing off a lot of people, and then people learning they're targeting the homes that builder built, and they just go around and just throw paint on your, set your yard on fire, spray paint your door because they mad that he didn't give them their earnest money back. I don't know. I'm just saying, this is how crazy it is, because somebody gonna always piss you off, but you can't take that energy and go put it on somebody else because they're using a product of that person who pissed you off. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm just, listen, it's just about common sense. The issue ain't that it's real basic over here, y'all. I try to keep it real basic. I don't try to have it as high level. I try to keep it real basic. Some of you may drive Hondas, Toyotas, anything. Imagine somebody coming for your vehicle because they're mad at the CEO of the company. They're mad at the maker. They're like, that's crazy, right? Like, that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So that's why I was here for the arrest of those who are out here damaging people's property, because people work hard for their stuff. People work hard for their stuff. So I don't feel like somebody's items should be damaged because somebody in their feelings about something that ain't got nothing to do with them. What I like to say is, a lot of this issue that's going on, put yourself in that situation and think about how you would feel if that were to happen to you. That's what I find myself doing a lot as these different things are taking place. I try to put myself in that situation and look at it from the point of view of that person. I try as much as I can to look at things from all the different points of views. That's why when I talk about this administration on this channel, I talk about it from different angles, where sometimes people come and they don't know, okay, is she support Donald Trump? Does she not?
But it just comes down to I'm not here for everything that he's doing. I'm here for some of the things, but just not all the things. So I talk about it. And a lot of platforms probably isn't that. They're either hard one way or hard the other way. That's just not what my platform's about. I tell you, he got my vote because I wanted better days. He sold me on his vision for what he wanted this country to be. I'm like, bet, because what we got going on, it ain't working for me. I'm not sleeping well at night. So I'm ready to try something different. And if you say you got some solutions to fix some ish, all right then, player, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. I've seen you run the country before. I felt like you did a pretty good job. I felt like you did better than this previous administrator. All right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. That's why he got my vote. That's why he got my vote. So here today, I talk about the things that are playing out under his administration. And it's always something new. One thing for sure, I ain't gonna ever run out no material. That's too, why I like to, talk about the politics, because it's something new. It's just so many moving parts, and there's so many people who are impacted by it. And I hear a lot of opinions and different points of views. Um, Let me see. Uncontrollable Dog says maybe they could arrest what do you say, the 1,500 violent felons who terrorized the Capitol on J6. From my understanding, there are people who are still in custody from that J6 situation. I don't know a lot of the details pertaining to that because I wasn't really engulfed in politics like that back then. And since I started talking politics, that really hasn't really made the headlines on news. So I'm not really familiar with a lot of the details pertaining to the J6. But from my understanding, there were arrests made. I think since it's happened, there's been some people who have, I think, gotten out. But I think there are some people who are still detained. There are some people who are still detained. Serena said Trump got my vote when they messed with our kids, talking about teaching them about LGBT stuff. Hell no. Everybody, in the comment, let me know, in the chat, I'm sorry, let me know if you voted for President Trump. What was your primary reason for voting for him? What got your attention? What got your attention? If you did not vote for him and you voted for the other administration, why? What was your reason as to why you voted for the other administration? I just wanting to know. It's just conversation. Because Serena, that got my attention too, where my vote came from. That coupled with the immigration, I felt like the immigration situation in our country is just out of hand. It's out of order. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I felt like we had to reel it in. I voted for him the last time as well. The last time I voted for him was pretty much just centered around immigration. This time it was immigration plus the LGBT, all of that. It was multiple things. But the last time it was immigration, and that was when Biden, ended up, getting the presidential seat. But I kept rolling with Trump because, in comparison to the Democrats, I just prefer the way he run the country. So that's why I voted for him. And even right now, there's these things that I got concerns or issues with, but that Democrat, I just can't bring myself to back that the Democratic. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm independent, so I don't subscribe to one or the other. So I go off of, I guess, whoever's running and what they're running on, and think what they say. You got to vote for your own best interests. And to me, what Trump is running on lined up with my views. And that's what you do, right? You vote on your own best interests. That's how you should vote, at least. Robert says, we didn't have a better choice. So was Trump, immigration, and the school, too. Yeah. And a lot of people feel like, that was the situation we were in, to where it's just like, okay, it ain't a whole lot to choose from out here. Or have you ever heard when they say the lesser of the two evils? I remember years ago when Trump ran against Hillary Clinton, that was the year he won. See, here, let me tell y'all, those of you who may be new to my channel, the year that he won, he ran against Hillary Clinton. I did not like that man. That man did not get my vote. I voted for Hillary Clinton, and I didn't like her either, but I felt like it was the best of two evils. And I wanted Bernie back then. Bernie Sanders. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Hashtag, I wanted Bernie Sanders to win. He didn't make it. Hillary ended up on the ballot, so she got my vote. Trump, I just like, oh my God. Listen, like, I couldn't stand the man. I remember going to work the next day after it was announced he was president, looking crazy. Me and my other black friends, well, listen, it was like you would have thought somebody died the way we was looking. We was looking pitiful. We was so in our feelings when we went back to work when we learned that man had won. And my white friend at the time, she was, she was like, y'all gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, because she had all these black friends and she was just the Lone Ranger. I used to call her white chocolate, white macadamia nut, white chocolate. And she just was like, it's gonna be okay. And we just cannot understand why she supported that man. But we were like, it must be because he white. He looked like her. We didn't get it. But once he started running the country, he had that I can show you better than I can tell you energy. And I was like, okay. And then by the time it was time for him to run again, he had more people on board, more black people, because we seen what he was able to do. Because when he initially ran the first time, a lot of us was going off of just the narratives and the things that was being said about him. And we knew that he wasn't a politician, because it's like, he ain't no politician. He Hollywood. Like, what we doing here? First Arnold Schwarzenegger, damn, and we trying to understand what he said as he's trying to run California. Now we got Trump. What is really going on? What is really going on? What is going on? What's going on here? Is Hollywood taking over politics? What is really going on? So we was confused because it was out of the ordinary. It was different. Seeing a reality TV star as president. Y'all remember Flashback in Time? You're fired. The reality TV star. Now you're hearing he's running for president. You like, what? What? Hold on, Kemosabe. Hold on, Kemosabe. What are we doing here? What? People was in straight confusion. People was confused. I was confused. I know my people was confused. I don't know. I know we was confused. But then when he got in and he started doing some stuff, we like, all right then, because I'm going to let you know, I didn't feel like Obama did a dang. Listen, don't get me started talking about the Obamas. That was identity politics all day with that vote. So when Trump came in, I felt like, okay, we feeling some motion. We feeling some things. All right then, player. So when he ran again, that was when he got my vote. But that was when they said that he didn't win. They gave it to Biden, and there was this whole big thing like, did Biden really win? Because y'all remember them rallies. Nobody was showing up to Biden stuff, but people was out deep for for Trump. Y'all remember back when Trump was campaigning and it looked like a goddamn Beyonce concert, Jay-Z concert, Kanye concert with all them people out to show support, and then you see the camera on Biden's situation and you got about 12 people and you like, how, Sway? What you mean he won? How? And they announced him as president. So the world was shook. We was shooketh. I know I was shooketh. So I voted for him then, but he wasn't named as our president. Guess what? This time around, it was more people who voted for him. Every time I turn around, black men talking about they was voting for Trump. Most of the sisters, the black women were still, talking about, Kamala, my sister ain't my Kamala. They was claiming her because she is Sorrow. She went to Howard. She can ski. She can do all the little symbols for the Greek. Listen, I wasn't fooled by none of that. And she was a chameleon to me. She's a chameleon to me. Where's she now? She quiet. You just hear Jasmine Crockett all over the place. Y'all, I promise you, I believe they're going to try to push Jasmine Crockett to run in the next presidential election. Y'all notice how hard they're pushing her? She's constantly in the forefront. They're pushing Jasmine so hard. I didn't know who she was until Trump got inaugurated, and I see her every day. I know her name, like I know her. Name of Texas State Representative Jasmine Crockett. Don't ask me nobody else's name. Don't ask me nobody else's name. I know Jasmine Crockett, but that's by design. That is by design for us to know. You got to get familiar with these people, because I feel like they seen that it didn't work out with Kamala. A lot of people seen through it. So it's like, okay, we need somebody else. And I really feel like they strongly want to try to get a black woman in the seat. I don't know, like, I don't know why, it's more than just a woman, but a black woman. Like, what? I don't know. It just seems like they want to, put a black woman in the position, not just a woman, but like a black woman. And I really feel like Jasmine Crockett is the one that they want to, push. Because I hear her talk more than anybody. I hear her talk more than J.D. Vance. Jasmine she always talking. I was reading on her Wikipedia on the internet when I looked up Jasmine Crockett, because I wanted to know more. I'm like, who is she? I think she's from St. Louis, and she's the daughter of pastors. So she's a preacher child. And she initially aspired to she wanted to be an accountant. And she said that her teacher told her, you got too much energy to be damn just be settling for an accountant. I think that translated to say, you talk too that, you run your mouth too much to be crunching numbers. That ain't gonna cut it. That's what that translated to me. The energy translated, nah, sis, you got too much mouth. You got too much mouth. So, she ended up going to law school and becoming an attorney, and had her practice, I guess, before she kind of got heavy into politics. And she said she did accident. She, like car accidents. She was like that type of attorney, whatever. So I'm preparing myself to see her being pushed for a higher seat than what she has. Right now, she's just the state representative for Texas. But it is my prediction that Jasmine Crockett will be pushed to be the president in the future. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there because I'm trying to make sense of this, because she's pushed harder than anybody else out there. Why? Like, you guys sometimes you got to stop and think the why behind a lot of these things. It's programming. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about when I talk about programming? When you see something constantly being pushed to you, that's programming. So guess what? When it comes time to see her name on the ballot, or 2 years usually out from the election time, they start, you start kind of trying to campaign, raise money. When she step out there, you're not going to be sitting in, who is that? Oh, we know who she is. You're not going, Diana says Fox News does a lot of programming. Yes, I think all the news outlets do a lot of programming. That's why I call it underground news. I listen to your not the big network news outlet. I will, just for the sake of just seeing what they're talking about with the content, the Fox News, CNN, just to kind of tap in what they talking about. But really, like, I like to listen to, like, I call it underground news with those just the non-big network news channels. And these people might have like hundreds of thousands followers. They might even have 1 million, but they're not the big network. They're not backed by the big network. So, but I listen to all the different outlets. It's good to tap in to see what the different people are saying. The people who are for the Trump administration and the people that aren't. You hear what they say. And I'm used to it's just natural for me to be very balanced to do that. I I like to just tap in. Okay, what the men got to say about the women? What the women got to say about the men? I'm raising boys. I have 2 sons and a daughter. So I'm balanced. Like, I'm not going to swing one way or the other, like when it comes to things or sex, because I'm raising, 2 males, or one of my oldest son, he's 20 now. So I'm not biased when it comes to that. So I'm very balanced. So I like to talk about things from a balanced perspective. So I'll tap in and I'll listen to the different sides and see what they say. And then I come out to you all and I talk about things and I throw out these different things. And that's why some people may come in and they'll be confused and they'll think, oh, I'm against Trump because I see they heard me say something that's not in support of maybe what he did. But it was maybe that particular thing. But I'm not against Trump. He got my vote. So you have to kind of stick around long enough to learn how I do my commentary, where I'm coming from. And I let it be known I'm just not here for everything the administration does. I'm here for a lot of it, but not all of it. And I'm entitled to, voice my opinions and not be here for all of the shenanigans of any one person, just like any of you are. It's no different than you all listen to me or another comment or another content creator and they say some things and you like, okay, I'm here for that. But they may say something else and you're not here for that. But in all, you're like, I still rock with that person. I still support that person, even though I got a different view on that particular thing. But in all, I still rock with that person. Like, that's what it's about. So it's just kind of opening up your mind and not just being set on, okay, I don't like this person, so regardless if they're doing good or bad, I don't care. I just don't like them. Like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I will say, let me say something. I don't ever say nothing about Kamala. I don't ever say nothing about Kamala, but let me say this. I didn't heard so much about Jasmine Crockett to where I'm like, where Kamala at? I miss Kamala. She got me missing Kamala. I ain't never said that. I don't like that woman. But I take Kamala over Jasmine. I don't know. It's something about Jasmine. I don't know. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I would take Kamala and her cackle. What they say, she be cackling. I take Kamala and her cackle any day over Jasmine Crockett and her dad Bob. I can't do it. I don't know if the wigs throw me off. I don't know, but something about it, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Kamala, where you at? Where you at? I need for you to step to the front of the congregation. I need for you to step into the front of the congregation. I need for you to tell Jasmine, listen, look, go on, have a seat, baby. Go on, have a seat. Mama back. Mama back. I promise y'all I miss Kamala. Cause that Jasmine, she's a lot. She's a lot. I'll take Kamala and her cackle and her trying to convince the world that she black, whatever she's trying to convince the world of on Thursday. Because y'all know it changes. Y'all know it changes. Oh, welcome, y'all. Hit the like button. I'll just mess around. Let me see. AJ says, that says it all. You voted for Trump. Yes, I did. Trump got my vote. He did. Listen, I needed better days. I couldn't, what the Biden administration was giving. I needed to take a chance on something else. I'm sorry. Listen, I had to take a chance on something else. I just couldn't do it. It was just too out of control. You got the men able to play in the sports with the girls. Like, I need somebody in the comments who say if you're a staunch supporter of the Biden administration, Kamala, whatever they was giving. Try to help me understand the rationale of it being okay for a born male to play sports with a born female. AJ, maybe you can. Can you help me to understand the logic of that? The question is, how does it make sense for a born male to play sports with a born female? For example, running a race. I think they said there was some marathon, triathlon or something, and it was a born male competing against born females. And that man came in 5 hours, 5+ hours before the first woman even came in to complete the race. Help me understand. Listen, AJ, I'm calling you to the front of the congregation. Can you help me understand how it makes sense to allow David to participate in the same race, the same sport with Lisa? How does it make sense for David to play volleyball with Lisa? How does it make sense for David to swim in the same swim meets, the same race against Lisa? How does it make sense for David to be in a boxing match against Lisa? AJ, where you at? Can you help me understand? AJ, because you seem to have answers. Listen, can you help me understand? And if you have children, are you good with that? Be real with it. If you have children, are you good with David boxing your daughter in a boxing match? Are you good with David running against your daughter in a race, in a track, participating against her at a track meet? Are you good? I'm just saying. These are questions I have because I have yet to hear anyone rationalize that it was okay. Y'all know who is that? What's the one? The trans? Is it not Caitlyn Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner. She's now y'all know Caitlyn Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and stepdaddy. He's even been on record of saying that that's not cool. He said no, I don't believe that should be. And he was like as a man, an Olympic athlete, and he said no, that's not cool. And he part of the community. He's saying, y'all, that's not cool. That shouldn't be. Why can't there be a whole nother category like we have of the Special Olympics where people who are part of the trans community, if you're transgender, you can run against one another in that? Like, don't that make sense? Another trans man running against another trans man. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to make sense of this, you all, because I never hear anyone make sense on the opposing side. I hear, okay, well, AJ, let me scroll back up because I didn't see your logic. Let me see. Okay, so I'm scrolling. I don't know if it got deleted, but AJ, I'm scrolling to see what your logic was to my question. I see that's not okay, and Biden didn't sign that into law. Okay, I see it now. I didn't see it before. As I say, it's a lot of comments that come in. Send a super chat, put some color on it. It pops. But I finally seen it. But I'm saying this is nonsense, and there's a lot of nonsense taking place with this, with the Democratic office. It's just nonsense. So one want to know, why did I vote to give Trump a chance? Because he was talking common sense stuff. You come through. He was talking common sense stuff, so he won me on common sense. He won me on common sense. He won me on common sense. It wasn't a lot of common sense popping off with the other administration. Rich says, I love what's going on with this administration. It's behind amazing what they are doing. Anastasia says, Trump, common sense. He ran on common sense. I mean, to me, it's common sense for men to play in sports with other men versus women. That's common sense. But like I said, like everything that he does, I'm not here for. But there's things that the way he's moving that I am here for. Yeah. Pat says she thanks for voting for Trump. Yeah, listen. He got my vote. So we're here. And listen, not only did he get my vote, he got a lot of people's vote. He got a lot of people vote. So it ain't just me. I didn't single-handedly get this man in office. Look to the right and left of you. They got him in the office too. So don't get mad at me. This was a collective effort. This was a collective effort. This was a collective effort, and we're here. So I am prayerful for better days. I'm prayerful for better days. I feel like we will have better days. It's rough. it's rough. It is. I'm not gonna say it's not. God bless America, Dr. J says. B girl says, I'm a lesbian for Trump. I lost friends. Yeah, I bet you did. I mean, most people that look like me don't rock with Trump. I didn't lose no relationships for it. But it is what it is, you know? I'm like, it is what it is. You know, you vote for who you vote for with, you know, your best interest, what makes sense to you. And that's what you do. We're all entitled to that. We're here. We're here. And it was a lot of people like us who voted for him. It wasn't just me. Like, it was a lot of people that voted for him. That's the thing. So if people want to be mad, it's just like, you got to be mad at the fact that the previous administration was so horrible and the candidate that they catapulted was so horrible that people say, oh, hell no, I'd rather vote over here and go this way than that way. That speaks to that previous administration, right? For the fact that people voted the way they did, you can't ignore that it had to be, it says a lot about what we had before that made us say, oh, we got to do something different because this right here, this ain't it. This ain't it. This is what the collective of the US was saying. This is how they were feeling. This is how they were feeling. So you can't get mad at a single person. You got to get mad at that piss poor administration that was in there that had people saying, oh, F no, we got to do something different. It's time to roll out. That's how you really know how bad that administration was, with how people showed up and voted. That spoke volumes. That spoke volumes. So don't get mad at me. Go get mad at the Biden administration. Go get mad at him. Go get mad at Kamala. Go get mad at that administration chose her to represent their party versus somebody else. You can't get mad at Trump or whoever supported him because they backed him and that's who they felt like was a strong candidate that would represent. But the Democrat Party, the best they felt like they could find was Kamala. Oh, but you mad at me? You mad at me because the best was Kamala? You gonna stay mad. You gonna stay pissed off. Because you got misdirected energy. You got misdirected energy. You got misdirected energy. That energy needs to be back at that party to where they didn't do better with their campaign and who they were choosing to represent them. That energy took the L with how they ran the government for those 4 years that people said, F no, we got to try something else because the way it's been working, it's not giving. We got to try something else. And that's what happened. A lot of people voted because they said, this isn't giving what it's supposed. It's people just didn't like the experience that they were having. So they were like, no, I want to try something else. Let's try something different. That's what I said. I was like, nah, I know nobody's perfect, but shit, we got to try something else. It's time to get off. Like, we got to try something else. We got to try something else. Because this right here, hold on, let me turn my light on. Yeah, like, listen, many people like me just wanted to experience something different. I mean, that's what it comes down to. People want to try something different. Roller Skater said, come over to Chaotic Truth Live. You would be a great panelist. He is free speech and pro Trump. All views are welcome, left, right, and everything. Yeah, I've seen Chaotic before. I'm familiar with him as a content creator. Listen, I think a lot of people got misdirected energy and they're mad that the collective of the U.S. was not happy with the previous administration. Listen, like, how do you blame? Like, really think about it. Like, how do you put blame on the other person in the competition? Like, how do you blame the other party who's competing or the people who support that person when the person who you propped up just didn't cut it? Like, really think about it. Shouldn't you be mad that the fact that that party put that person of all people to the top? Like why they choose that person? Like, that should be the question. Like, don't look over here. Like, look at, like, damn, why they choose her? Like, it wasn't nobody else they can choose. Like I'm just saying, like, you don't be mad at me. I'm just one of shit, how many votes he got? Hell, I don't know how many votes he got. Was it in the millions? Hell, I'm just a number. I'm just one of a whole bunch. I'm just a whole. I'm a whole. I'm one of many. I don't believe in voting for under identity politics. I believe in voting for my best interests, and I just when I voted, I didn't feel like the Democratic Party had my best interests. I just didn't feel like that. So, but we all have different needs, requirements, all of that. So for me, the Democratic Party, there was just nothing. I didn't feel like we were benefiting. So I want to try something new. Pat said that's called an independent. Yeah, I'm independent. I've voted historically for Democrat as well as Republican. Trump's the only Republican that's ever gotten my vote. Yeah, he's the only Republican that's ever gotten my vote. Historically, I've voted Democrat. Listen, people vote who they vote for. It is what it is. You can't go around trying to change people. Like, what's important to me and speaks to my soul ain't important to you or speak to your soul. So I respect how you move. You respect how I move. Like, listen, you can't go around changing people. Like, it is what it is. The people have spoken. The people have spoken. And still, even recently, when they did polls, the Democratic, the more people were happy with their within the Republican Party as far as approval than in the Democratic Party. Right now, the Democratic Party have record lows on approval. It's like a 27. The Republican Party, I think at that, it was like a week ago, it was like a 47. Like, how? Their own people ain't even happy with what they got. Schumer couldn't even make it to his own book signing because he was damn running scared from his own people. Schumer, do y'all know that man, when he voted to not shut down the government, what, a week or so ago, he was scared to leave his house to attend his own book signing that was scheduled? Do y'all know that? He wasn't scared to attend it because of the other side. He was scared to attend it for his own people. Like, really think about it. That fool, he didn't leave the house because he was shook from the Democrats. How you running around scared of your own people? So don't be over here mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Call the dogs off of your boy, off of Schumer. That's your people. He can't even go make his little coin and sell his little books. So I sure want to know how them little sales gonna do. Because he couldn't even go out there to go promote them the way he wanted to. Because he was shook. He was scared. The people are already talking about, he need to go. They trying to trade him out and trying to push AOC, Jasmine, somebody to replace him. To replace him. That was in the news. That fool go good. Schumer did not make it to his book signing because he they had that man shook. That man was scared. That man was scared. He didn't go to that book signing and all that. And he didn't go to that one following after he doggone voted in the wrong way according to the Democrats. They was mad. They were like, wait a minute. What we doing here? What didn't we didn't we tell you that we want? He didn't listen. He did what he felt was right. He was like, it ain't gonna do the people no good. We're trying to shut down shops. So I'm about to just go ahead and vote to keep it open because listen. I am one of many that voted. So again, they say, don't argue with me, argue with your mama. Is that what they say? Don't argue with me. Your mama, I mean, yeah, mama might even voted that quiet as it kept. Mama might even voted the other way. You don't know how people vote. People, you just know what people tell you, really. Because it was a thing going around where because all the votes that Trump had, people was wondering, did really people who were saying they were voting for Kamala, did they really vote for her? Because according to the numbers, somebody was lying. Somebody was lying. According to them numbers, somebody was lying. Not everybody voted the way they say they voted. I'm just saying, listen, I'm just putting it out there. That was a whole thing going on online where people was pissed off because they knew dang on well everybody didn't vote the way they was verbally saying they voted. My. That's a real thing. That's a real thing, you know. People went in and everybody didn't feel comfortable speaking out loud about how they were going to vote. People crazy out here. People are crazy. Some people can't handle the truth. So you just be like, no, this fool crazy. I ain't finna tell him the truth. I ain't finna tell her the truth. I'm finna just lie. They'll never know. They'll never know. They'll never know. So a lot of people, you know, they weren't truthful about really how they voted. And I get it. I understand, you know, because it's crazy out here. But here's the thing, you know, I can be honest. I say how I voted, but I also in current time will speak on the things that I'm not here for and, you know, that I don't like. Pat Jagger said because they would come after you. Yeah. Let's see. Troll Bruth said political fatigue is a real. When things get so division and intense, people just bow out and bury their heads in the sand. It's not safe out here for a lot of people to speak their truth. AJ said, according to you, that was real people too until you just started voting for Trump, quote. Yeah. Yeah, I just voted. I voted for him in two out of the 3 elections he's ever been in. Yeah. In the beginning, like initially, I just wasn't here for him. I wasn't here for him. I wasn't trying to give him a chance. He was. It's like, who is this person? It's like, who that man, Harpo? Like, who is this person? I didn't know. And then when he got in after the first term, I seen what he did, and I was like, okay, he got my attention. So the next time he ran, he got my vote because I had something. I based it off of what I'd seen. I seen his work. So I'm like, okay, I've seen what he can do. Okay, I'm going to vote for him this time. And that's the election that Biden, you know, won. So here we are. Here we are. So, but like I said, you know, I don't subscribe to one particular party. I vote based off of my interests. I'm independent. And historically, I've mostly voted Democrat. And then, you know, as of late, I voted, you know, for the Republican. And that who knows? The next time it's time up to vote, and who knows who will get my vote? It's going to be, you know, based off of like who I'm moved by, who's speaking to, You know, the things that um, that who's speaking to my interests. You know, that's how we all should be voting based off of that, right? Your own best interests. I can't get mad at you because you voting for your best interest because your best interest ain't my best interest. You see how this works? I'm voting for like what's gonna be the best interest for me and mine, and that's how I voted at that time. That was what it was all based off of. So now we are here. He's now implementing much of those things that he talked about very aggressively. So I come out here and talk about it because it is an aggressive approach. I will say that with him trying to take control over the government, do whatever he's doing. It's a very aggressive. It's very aggressive. And I'm not always here for how he's doing things. I feel like it's some of these things can be done in a different way with more sensitivity, things like that. But I understand the changes that are needed. But it's just like, bruh, like, can we slow it down some? You know, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Rich man said, "Oh, you must be percent." This is what it say. It's Project 2025. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of the Project 2025, the parts that's talked about the government and how he want, or say how you want, how within the Project 2025, the outline of the future of the government based off of the Project 2025. AJ, Project 2025, he told you what he was going to do and you still voted for him. Yes. What I'm saying is that even though he talked about the things that he wanted to do, he didn't talk about exactly how he was going to go about doing it. So, what I talk about on my channel, I don't even recognize you being on my channel before, AJ. So, if you've seen any of my other content, you would know I talk about the aggressive approach that he's doing with the mission. That's what I talk a lot about. The not what he's doing so much as the approach as to how he's going about doing it. So I've shown concern with, wow, it's aggressive. Okay, we want to cut the numbers in this government. Okay, well, do we have to do it in 30 days? You know what I'm saying? Can we stretch it out? Can we stretch it out some? So that's what I talk about. But a lot of you may be new to my channel. You know, a lot of people, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers as of late. So I get it. A lot of people don't understand or know where I'm coming from. You just, you're new. So welcome. If you stick around long enough, you'll come to understand, my where I come from as far as my thought process when I say some of the things I say, because I do have my share of concerns. Nope, haven't seen any other content. Was just scrolling. Okay, well, welcome, AJ. Thank you. Guess I'm in that. I'm in the algorithm. I'm in the algorithm. AJ seen my channel. Welcome. You've been here for a little minute, so you didn't got comfortable. I welcome you. You ain't got blocked, so you've been on the up and up. It's okay to have opposing view. It's just not being disrespectful. So I welcome it. Welcome. Definitely come back. But yeah, it's just kind of how you do things. Lottie, South Africa is so glad USAID is out of there. Yeah, we got change. I mean, change is coming. AJ, you say I'm comfortable anywhere I go in because I am a great person inside and out. Thank you. That's good to know. A lot of people can't say that. So that's definitely good to know that you're a good person inside and out, because it's very important. You go far, you go places when you're a good person inside and out. So I know all about that, but welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank all of you for being here tonight. Hey, 93 people, 93 likes. It's the little things. It's the little things. Y'all probably can barely see me. It's getting dark. I've been talking to y'all for a while now. And but yeah, I just want to come out here and let y'all know the breaking news with these arrests. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe so y'all know the next time I come out here and hit the notification bell. So y'all hit the notification bell so you know when I go live, because Y'all, it's like the soap opera As the World Turns. How many of y'all know about the soap opera As the World Turns? Like, it is always something new, and I do the best I can with trying to keep up with what the hell going on, so I can come out here and speak to y'all about what's going on, so y'all can help me understand, and I can do what I can to try to help you understand, because it is a lot. It is a lot. But those of you who are staunch, who really are against Trump and wish the other administration had been in the office, I think you really should the energy that you have towards wanting, that the Democratic Party to kind of run things, you probably should try to work on finding a strong candidate. You probably should work on trying to find a strong candidate that can actually get the votes. Because Kamala wasn't it. I'm just saying, she just wasn't it. Don't get mad at me that she wasn't it. Millions of people felt like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm. So many people like, nah, what else y'all got? Who else y'all got? What Michelle Obama doing? What's she doing? Like, she just wasn't it. I really feel like if Michelle Obama had decided to run, she would have been probably the only one that would have been real competition to President Trump. But that didn't happen. So y'all got Kamala. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the people. Listen, y'all said y'all didn't like her when she didn't even get close to winning the nomination when she was running against Biden with that previous year. Like, and she brokered a deal to be able to be his VP. Because she like, well, shit, I'm gonna get in this house one way or the other. So let me just be your VP and I'm gonna bail out. Because the votes was showing that people wasn't feeling her like that. So how many times do the people gotta show that like they don't want her to represent them for the Democratic Party? I'm just confused on why it's so hard for people to accept that. Or why it's so hard for her to accept that. I don't understand. I don't understand. Y'all need to find y'all new girl. I don't know, Jasmine Crockett out here talking. So I guess y'all gonna back her. Get your coins together. Because Jasmine got a whole lot to say. So we'll see if she'll be able to make her way all the way to the ballots. Because I truly believe she out here campaigning early. I'm reading between the lines. This woman trying to get her little seat. She's trying to get her a little seat. So you might want to try to go find her somewhere. I heard she was starting a little podcast or YouTube channel. I don't know, but AJ, try to go find Jasmine Crockett and see if you ain't following her already, get in her comments and boost her up so she can have a fighting chance in the next presidential election. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because the people have spoken and they don't want Kamala. So y'all gonna definitely have to come stronger and better the next time around to redeem yourself. And right now, Jasmine Crockett was like, listen, I'm your girl. I don't know if y'all for that. I don't know if y'all for Jasmine Crockett, but she like, F what you forget AOC, I'm your girl. I'm right here. I'm right here. AJ, I'm right here. I'm right here. I can do it. I can do it. Like, she's campaigning for that spot. I see it. It's very obvious. GK says, I agree. They're definitely trying to prop her up. Nope, not feeling her. Why aren't you feeling her, GK? Lee Todd, I'm a 64-year-old woman from Australia. If I could have voted, I would have voted for Donald Trump. And now he was doing exactly what he said that he would do, true to his word. America is mending. I'm just saying, people, the who mad at me for my vote, like, we got folks, Lee talking about, I don't even live in the country. I ain't even invested like that. And he would have got my vote if I could have mailed it in. Hell, they taking everybody else mail-ins here. Lee, they might would have taken your mail-in ballot too. Listen, Linda, listen, I'm just saying. So don't get mad at me. The people have spoken. What they say, the people have spoken. Every time Trump get up there to talk, he talk about his numbers and he dropped numbers on how he done won by record numbers. Listen. This man said he don't need nobody to boost him up. He can boost himself up. Nobody can boost Trump better than he can boost himself. King said Jasmine Crockett is charged with assault. She toasted her career. I saw that there was Someone said that a reporter or something said that she had assaulted them. Did they officially charge her? Because I was waiting to see if they would charge her because I didn't think they would. But let me know. Did she officially get charged? Because I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen anything yet saying that she did. Yes. Wow. I guess I lost. Me and my mom had bet. She told me King James that she had gotten charged, and um so I'm assuming so charged. That means she's arrested. Is that King James? She's arrested. She got arrested. Does that mean like booked, mugshot, whatever? Because me and my mom did a vote, and I was like, I don't think they're going to try. I don't think so. And she was like, yes, they will. Yes, they will. We'll bet $10. So, and I haven't talked to her today, so I have to see if she knows. But we did a bet because I didn't think. Listen, this is the future Democratic nominee. That's why I didn't think that they would charge her, because I felt like, the people would try to protect her. But my. My. Okay, so I got some things to get into tonight. We may talk about it on the next live. But for those of you who may not be aware, Jasmine Crockett was someplace and she was talking to a reporter. And I think they were questioning her about, King says, no, it's a Senate charge. So slap on the wrist, probably a Senate charge. Okay. So anyone who's not familiar with what happened with Jasmine Crockett, she was someplace and she was talking to a reporter, and the reporter started asking her questions. I think they were asking her questions about the comment that she made about the politician in the wheelchair. I think she called him Hot Wheels something. And the guy's in a wheelchair, so she was kind of making fun of him because he's in a wheelchair. So people have kind of been on her neck about that comment, and I think this reporter was asking her about that. And somehow I seen a video, like she's smiling, she's lying there talking, and then you just see like there was a lot of movement, like a camera. You know how like you can tell when a camera falls. So what was said was that there was an assault. Jasmine kind of assaulted the reporter after he had kind of asked her, questioned her about the allegation. It wasn't even no allegation. She did say Hot Wheels, whatever, about the man in the wheelchair. But yeah, there was some rumbling. There was some rumbling. And apparently the rumble was because she had assaulted him. But she also had came out and did a statement after that saying that she had someone with her, a gentleman, another person, I don't know if it's another politician, but that got between them, her and the guy, and he protected her from the other guy, I guess the journalist, getting into her private space. So that's what she put out there on her social media. So because she put that out there, that's what had me to think like, oh, she might not get charged or whatever because she has her own story version of whatever happened. So it'll be a matter of what she say versus what the journalists say, whatever. So I have to kind of research it and get into it to see kind of what came out of the whole situation. But I just didn't feel like it would result in a charge with her going to jail, getting a mugshot booked and all of that. I just didn't think it would turn into that. But yeah, that's your girl. Is that your girl, Democratic Party? Jasmine Crockett. She said, forget AOC. She ain't nobody. She ain't nobody. She ain't nobody. She ain't nobody. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, Crockett is the girl. She always in front of the camera. So we'll see if she'll continue to be in front of the camera after this. I guess the Senate charge, whatever that means. I'd have to see kind of what that means because I only know about charges when dealing with the law, not, political charges. When you say charged by the Senate, I don't know exactly what that means. But you're saying like because of her having that charge, she's not gonna be able to run. I don't know, but we gonna see. Let me know, y'all. I mean, I don't know. I'm not here for Crockett, but I'm not really here for too many people on the Democratic Party. So I don't know. Y'all who, rock hard for the Democratic Party, y'all let me know. Y'all here for Crockett? Because she like, whether you hear from me or not, listen, Linda, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. This is the only name that's going to be on this ballot. So it is what it is. It is what it is. This all you got. This is all you got. This is all you got. So this is the energy I feel like she giving. I'm just telling you, this is the vibes. This is the vibes that I'm getting from her. King James says the attorney for the journalist said he wants a civil rights violation. Senators get charged different than the citizens. It's like the guy that pulled the fire alarm. Okay. Mr. Thermister said, y'all say you hate Trump, yet you can't even give one reason you hate him. Like, yeah, I used to hear back in the day, people would always lead with, he's a racist, but it wasn't really a lot backed with that. So I don't know what the primary reason, I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like he's better than the other administration. So DJ he said she has just received an assault charge for pushing a cameraman. Their tactics are now being used against them. Wow. Lance says, and I never once stated that I support Trump. AJ says, hate is a strong word. I don't hate anyone, but I can say that Trump is an idiot and has proven such and will continue to prove such. Yeah, people got their opinions in here. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. This is that space. So if you want a space where you can talk your talk and have your opinion and do it in a respectful way, definitely come back, subscribe to the channel, because this is the place for it. I know a lot of places aren't like that, a lot of platforms, but yeah, I let you all talk your talk because I talk my talk, and I want to hear what you got to say too. So definitely come back. Make sure you got the notification bell hit. Like the video. It helps with the algorithm. We have 100 likes. That's a lot of likes. I could sleep at night with that. John says, if Trump's an idiot, what does it make you for losing to one? Listen, Linda, listen. I think he's smarter than Biden, so we're going to leave that there. King says, sub, cool peeps and hosts. Thank you, King James. Thank you. We chill over here. I call us the honor students. We elevating over here. We having whole think pieces. We throwing out these questions, looking for answers, coming together, trying to figure this ish out, because it's so much going on, y'all. Like, you can't do it by yourself. Oh, you can't do it by yourself. We all out here on a wing and a prayer. We all out here on a wing and a prayer. So I come out here to engage, to see what y'all talking about, what y'all think is going on, because I don't know. I don't always have an answer. AJ, what you think going on? So AJ, definitely make sure you come back, because we need to understand. Sometimes we got some questions about the Democratic Party. Maybe you can be the person to give us daggone answers, because we looking for answers. We looking for answers. We are the honor students. We elevate over here. AJ said, my 401 continues to drop and lose money. AJ, I got faith it's going to come back up. They say the interest rates are going down. Energy like eggs went down. Listen, eggs and went down. AJ, I'm keeping the faith. Your 401k. Your 401k is going to go back up. Just hang in there. You're going to be all right. It just took a little dip. It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up, but these are growing pains. Give it a couple of years. I feel like, we'll really, feel the effects of everything, and it'll be for the positive overall, but it's still early. Ain't even 90 days. What y'all think listen, AJ, 40 grand, AJ, I'm going to keep the faith. It's going to come back up, AJ. I'm going to have you in my prayer tonight that you're going to recoup more than 40 grand. But, yeah, it's hard. As I say, it's hard out here for a pimp. It's hard out here. I get it. DJ says, Sheik, are you going live tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. You guys want me to go live? Let me know in the chat. Y'all want me to go live? It won't be a car chronicle, so it won't be like early. It'll be probably maybe a walk and talk. I've been trying to get back on my walking game. Yeah, I kind of slacked off. So let me know in the chat if y'all be here for me coming live again Friday. Maybe we'll do a walk and talk. I'll check in, see what's going on. Walk and talk. Yeah, it might be a walk and talk. That's what today was supposed to be, actually, but I never left the car. Francis say, I love she so much, even though people are rude in the comments. She's still positive in love and respect. Always beautiful. She, thank you, Francis. Francis, I be doing the best I can. You can't please them all, but I do the best I can. I don't know. Listen, it's all I got. It's all I got. It's all I got. So, um, I'm gonna try to plan on coming back tomorrow and doing a walk and talk. Y'all here for it. So Dr. J, right now I'm gonna plan on trying to come and do a walk and talk tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to do it, yeah, before the night catches. So it'll probably be probably maybe around, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So that's the plan. So y'all stay tuned. That's the plan. Y'all know stuff always sound good in your head, and then when it's time to execute. And Dr. J, I think you're the only mod I had today holding it down. Thank you so much. We had a lot of people coming through. I never know what the numbers look like. You probably know better than me. I just know when I ended how many people came through. So it should be somewhere in the thousands. We monetized now, y'all. We made it. We've arrived. We've arrived. We hit our goal on Sunday. So the channel is officially monetized. So now, and as I'm tussling with y'all, I can at least make a coin off of it. I can make a coin off of it. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. So, but I do appreciate you all being here. I've been on for a while, longer than I thought I'd be on. But I always say, as long as you all show up, I'm going to show up. So if y'all got something to say, got something to talk about, I'm here. We here. Make sure you got the notification bell hit so you know when I go live. Right now, it will likely probably be tomorrow. Dr. J said this was a good dialogue, in my opinion. What do you think, she? I think so. It was a different energy. I talked, with AJ. It's usually, remember I used to tussle, go back and forth with Ivan. Oh, me and Ivan, listen. We just like kindred spirits now. Who knows? Maybe me and AJ will become the same way. It'd be like that sometimes where I'll tussle and go back and forth with somebody new, and next thing you know, we solid. We solid. So it may not be any different with AJ. He stuck around this long, so we was able to keep his attention. So that's what it's about. And as long as you're respectful, stick around, we can have dialogue. So overall, I think it was a good live. We had a really nice turnout, and we're growing. I feel like we're growing. The message is spreading. We're reaching different people. Dr. J said, right. Ivan was here yesterday. You and Ivan are buds. Yes, we are buds. Can you tell? I was my mom's. Who was I? Listen, me and Ivan locked in. Me and AJ, listen, AJ, AJ come back. Me and AJ gonna be locked in too, because me and Ivan are locked in. You remember how it started out rough with me and Ivan. And Ivan has not left. Ivan, I don't know where he at. Ivan must have been busy today. I don't know. He might have came in a long time earlier. But Ivan will come in, and he is a strong supporter. So it's built on just respect of one another, understanding difference in opinions, letting people have a voice. That's what it's about, because everybody's not going to agree. But you want to be respectful. Yes, thank you, Dr. J. AJ, please visit again. I want you all to visit again. It's not about offending anybody. How was it, Dr. J, in the chat? Did you have to block a lot of people? Did you have to block a lot of people? I hope today. I heard yesterday was a pretty good day, and it wasn't too bad with the blocking. But usually the more people that come through, yes, the more people that come through, and then you're working by yourself today, Dr. J. So I thank you so much. Michael says, God already won. I know that's right. God has already won. Block party. Dr. J said, yes, I did. Well, Dr. J doing her thing, so don't start none, won't be none. Be respectful, and Dr. J will let you play. But you on that other stuff, then you get you on out of here. My mods don't play. So that's one thing if you are new to my channel. My mods don't play about me. They protect my peace, and it's just about being respectful, and that's the That's the directive they have. They to let anyone talk, they talk, as long as they're being respectful. Listen, real simple. We simple over here. We honestly, we simple over here. We simple over here. Land says, can I say I'm for the people, not the social elite? Debate is good. Thank you for what you do. We're all suffering. Thank you. Yes. It's about having open dialogue. John says, some of these live feeds are scary, how much hate they're spewing. You're not one of them. Thank you, John, for recognizing that. Because I do understand that my platform, I do it in a different way. Even when I used to do other types of commentary, people would always take notice that my delivery, no matter what I'm covering at the time, what sector I'm in, my delivery is always different than other people in that space. But it's just rooted in who I am as a person. I'm very fair. I'm very balanced. I'm not mean. Um, I like to believe I have a good spirit. I'm told I do. So I want you all to feel that that I'm good people. I'm just good people. I like to laugh and smile. I say things that make you laugh and smile because it's so much going on to where I want to at least try to put a smile or laughter in your heart where you can leave thinking about something that I may have said or how I made you feel about something. Maybe I gave you food for thought to think. Maybe I made you not think about something that had you stressed out. But it's so much going on that can make you cry. Well, you hear the saying, to keep from crying, I have to laugh. That is real. And for me, laughter, that's the key to the soul. I always say that's how my husband won me. He made me laugh. I like to laugh. And so I like to um, make other people laugh. I like to lighten up the mood. It's real thick out here with the attention, with the people kind of going against each other. It's enough of that out here. So I'm like, let me add some chic onto it. Let me come on the internet and bring my chic energy and just lighten up the mood and just have some conversations and just really get in this thing and just talk about the hell, what's going on, what's really going on. Let's just talk about it. And that's what my platform is about. So I thank you all for taking notice of it. Um, I'm trying to do better with my delivery, with the words I choose, with how I speak, because I am growing and I'm reaching a lot of people, different age ranges, a lot of people who are, 55 and above, like from all over the world. So I'm trying to be mindful, you all, of my delivery. Some days may be rougher than others, but I feel like I done, pretty good the last few lives with, how I've been, communicating. But I'm very expressive and I, use my hands a lot. I use a lot of words, but I'm a communicator. I like to communicate. People. I always say people is my favorite subject. I like to know. I like to understand. I like to engage. I like to ask questions because I want to know. That's why I come out here to bring. I want to know. I want to understand, and that's what it's about. So I thank each of you all. Lance says you've a great energy. Thank you so much. John says feel that we don't hear just the words. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Let me see. John says at Lance, if you only knew how many are organized to divide and conquer. Pat says everybody have a good night. Yes, Pat. Everyone, you all have a good night. I'm likely going to come back tomorrow, so it'll be a walk and talk. And what that means for those of you who are new to my channel, like if I'll go out and walk, and I'll talk my talk and talk about things. So likely it will be that, but nonetheless, make sure you're subscribed and have a notification bell on so you know when I go live, wherever I go live, because with this phone it can be anywhere. That's the beauty of technology and the cell phone. AJ says I'm going to start me a podcast page too. Yeah, AJ, do that. When you do come back, you can share it, drop it, let us know, because I would be curious, to hear what you have to say in regards to whatever. I encourage any of you all on here to just start up something. You all have a voice. I'm just one person with a voice who's on the internet who has this channel. You all can do that. You all have the freedom to do that. You can control your own space, set your own rules. That's the beauty of it all. So I encourage you to Start your own space. Yeah. Francis, you say you're in California. It's only 5:56 here in California. Oh, what part of California? You know, the Bay Area for me is home. Lance says you still never answered the question. Not sure which, not Lance, I'm sorry, AJ. I'm sorry, AJ, I didn't see that question. Like I say, if y'all want me to answer pressing questions, y'all got to put some color in the chat. This channel is now monetized. You can send a super chat. It's going to put your question, comment. It's going to put it up top. When you become a content creator, AJ, and get your thing going on, you'll know what I'm talking about, because it's a lot of them that come in. So in between talking, I'll, start to, read whatever's catching my attention at the time. But yes, put some color in the chat, send a super chat with your question or comment, and therefore it's pretty much almost guaranteed for me to see it, because I will acknowledge it. That's how it works over here. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I had a wonderful evening. It's a beautiful night. It's not really cold. I'm in Georgia. Um, it's spring, but the weather been real wishy-washy. It's been real wishy-washy. So today was a good day for the weather. The allergies been kicking my butt. So if I am doing a walk and talk tomorrow, who knows how that go? I might be sniffing because I got allergies. But I do plan to try to come back out here tomorrow to do another live. Um, Let me see. Okay, AJ, I see. Let me read your question before I get out of here. AJ says, Dr. J, what is she going to do when Project 25 takes full effect and she cannot vote during the next president election because she is a black woman? Here's the thing, AJ. I don't feel like that's going to be my situation. I don't feel like if I can't ever vote, it's going to be centered around my color. Now, I do believe that there may become a time where election and voting and that where that's not a thing with how people are placed in charge. I do feel like one day it's just not going to be a way of how people are selected for positions. But what I don't feel is that there'll be a day where, okay, I'm not voting because I'm black or I'm a woman. It's just I ain't voting because hell, people ain't voting. People selecting people to be in positions. Hell, many people believe that the people are pre-selected anyway to be in a lot of these positions. That is not even centered around votes. So yeah, that's how I feel on that. John says again, and with the racial throwback, how condescending to think blacks are that powerless. Listen, y'all, people got all kind of thoughts. So I encourage any of you all, if you got a lot to say, create a platform, create your own space where you can talk your talk and speak whatever your truth is, because your truth ain't my truth, whatever your truth is. Isaiah says, we don't want the laughing hyena, Kamala, respectfully. Jason Hammond said positive vibes. Thank you, Jason. You always come in with the positive vibes. AJ says eggs went down and gas went up. In some places, gas went down. So maybe it depends on where you went. But I was just hearing like some places gas went down. AJ, where do you live? AJ, I'm in Georgia. Where do you live? In some places, eggs wasn't even as high as like $20. Like I'm in the South in Georgia, eggs didn't get to $20 like we saw like with New York or maybe even California. So again, it's just going to be kind of where you're at. Blame the bird flu for eggs, Sean says. AJ, you say Texas. Oh, awesome. What? Texas on my bucket list. I plan to visit there in October. I've blown through it, like been through it, but I've never stopped and just checked out Texas. So that's a destination I'm planning to go to this year. So you're in Texas. Okay. Woosah. You all, if you all didn't catch the live, I don't even know, this is 191 minutes. It was a long live, but my lives usually are. They're usually about 2 hours. They be long. Be a part of the replay gang. Put it on speed mode to hear what I had to say. But leave a comment, definitely, if you ever are a part of the replay gang. Leave a comment. Excuse me. So listen, AJ said, y'all black women, y'all ain't finna be able to vote. AJ, what race? It say AJ Vega. AJ, what race are you? What's your race, AJ? But AJ said, "Listen, black women, you ain't finna be able to vote all the time. So you just playing yourself because you ain't finna be able to vote. You just finna be stuck with Kamala, Trump, whoever they put in there. But you ain't gonna be able to vote." He says half Puerto Rican, half black. Okay, so you got that wavy hair. Okay, AJ Vega, you got the waves. Okay, yeah. Well, listen. Only the strong can survive. But I thank you all for being here. Thank you, AJ, for engaging respectfully and answering my questions. I appreciate you. We got 104 likes. We had a good live. And Francis says, "Stop making us Bariquas look bad, AJ." AJ, listen. Sister Francis says, "Wait a minute. You got us looking bad. Look, we down. Listen, AJ." Sister Francis says, "Wait a minute now. Wait a minute." um, but listen, we all have our opinion. Y'all hear my opinion. It's my channel. Sheik speaks on it, so that's what you're going to get. But you all are entitled to drop your, let us know your opinion as well in a respectful way, and we talk about it. And if I see it, I'll read it out loud. But if you really want me to see it, drop a super chat so I can see it because it's color and it. For us content creators, it flare out. So if any of you want to know like the whole super chat thing, it's color. So with all the comments, because your normal comments in here are all in white. When you do the super chat, it's like green, like it's different colors, so it pops. So I can like, oh, Francis has a comment, and kind of read it from there. Sister Francis, Sister Francis, listen. So on that note, I thank y'all for being here. I'm officially go ahead and let y'all go. I enjoy talking to you all, and thank you all for rocking with me, hearing what I have to say, engaging. That's always great. We want to engage. That's what it's about, engaging. Using our words. What is it? What was that popular thing? We listen and we don't judge. How many of y'all do that? We listen and we don't judge. AJ, we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. That's what it's about. But I don't know who running around doing that because I mean everybody running around judging. Hey, if you got an opinion, you judging. It's not what you do, it's what? How you do it. So on that note, I want you all have a wonderful evening. And I like to end by saying you all go out into the world. Show up in a way in which you want others to show up for you. Meaning like attracts like. Good energy. Be a good person. Was that you, AJ? You say you a good person. You good people. That's what you want because guess what? Like attracts like. AJ, you say you good people. I'm good people. Maybe that's why you came to my channel. I'm good people. Say it ain't so. Like attracts like, right? Love on one another. Most importantly, love on yourself. Jason says, thank you for the live sheet. Thank you, Jason. Jason's always so pleasant. Thank you. Love on yourselves. Love on one another. Heavy on the love on yourselves. Also, any of you who are struggling with mental health, know someone struggling with mental health, check out my community page for this channel. I have some products on Amazon centered around mental health. I've published some books, adult coloring books, journals, notebooks for adults and children. So if you know anyone or you're that person that just needs something to kind of help you to kind of clear your mind and get into that space where you can woo-saw and just relax and let go of just some of the stuff that you're carrying, just some of it. Coloring is a great way to de-stress. My products range from $5.99 to $7.99. And again, they're just books, coloring books, journals. You just got to get it out. You just got to get it out. And it's a healthy way to de-stress, coloring and writing. Sometimes we don't have someone to speak to. We don't all have someone to talk to. So, coloring, journaling, that's something you can do independently. So give it a try. Products range from $5.99 to $7.99. So again, you can find the links on the community page of my channel. If You know how to get to that. Some of y'all may not know how to get to the community page. If you go to some of my older videos, you can probably see the links of my products in those videos. So go back to my videos from maybe like last week, and I got some of my videos where I have the links that takes you to my products that are directly on Amazon on Prime. So check it out. Let me know what you think of them, about them. But just my little way of trying to put something out there that can help people who just going through some things. So people going through it. People going through it. Copy says hi. Black from Denmark here. I hear you, girl. Thank you. Welcome. Y'all be from all over the world. I need to check out my analytics and look at the different countries. It's always, I like to check out the analytics to see like where people are that find me. But Lee says the voice that leads also drowns the silence of the true intelligence that stays hidden. A voice that leads also drowns the silence of the true intelligence that stays hidden. That's a new one. I never heard that one before. Dr. J said, John, I actually enjoyed the adult commentary. Yeah, so you all, I'm going to let you all go so you all can have a San Jose, California. Oh, y'all representing. See, y'all ain't trying to let me go. California. So, yeah, I've never been to San Jose. I'm from the Bay Area. Never been to San Jose. It's such a big state, beautiful state. Francis says Los Angeles. So Southern California. I just left San Diego about a month ago. It was my first time ever been in San Diego. It was on my bucket list. Hey, I got it checked off for free. All expensed by my employer who paid for me to go on a business trip there. So next stop, DC. Y'all, so spring break's coming up for me. I probably won't be going live during that time because I'll be with the family. So my husband's probably gonna be like, no, put the phone away. But I will be spending spring break with the family in DC. Unexplored territory. I'll be able to come back and talk about how that experience went, what I saw. But yeah, that's on the bucket list. Never been to DC. So I will be going to Washington, DC. I will be there the week of April 7th. Yeah, I'll be in Washington, D.C. the week of April 7th. So I'm looking forward to that. Checking out a lot of the museums, the African American Museum. Have anyone ever been to that? Been there? I'm excited about going to the African American Museum there. Dr. J said I visited D.C. the past December. Lots of history. Yes, did you check out the African American Museum? I want to check out. I learned that the largest library in the world is in DC, and then they have a fossil museum. I'm excited. You said yes, it's awesome. I hear it's so huge, like you need a couple of times to really take it in. But child, I only got one day to take it in. I'll be there multiple days, but I got one day to take it in. So I may have a reason to revisit, with maybe just my husband to take it in again if it's going to be too much for me to take in during one visit. Hey, Desiree, where you been? Desiree, I'm about to get off this live. You just not coming. You better catch the replay and make sure you got your notification bell on. Long time no see, honor students. AJ say go interview Jasmine Crockett. Lord Jesus. Talking to Jasmine Crockett would probably be like, I don't know, probably talking to my sister. Y'all know them type A energy, know it all, the right warriors. Yeah, I got one of those in my family. Can't do it. I think she's beautiful, AJ. I think she's beautiful, but I can't do it. I can't do my listen. They be taking my strength. I ain't finna fight with you. I am not finna fight with you. That is not the type of time I'm on. Have a nice weekend, you all. Yes, y'all. I'm about to get off. We had 200 minutes now. Yeah, AJ say you won't know until you find out. We will see. We'll see. Listen, I'm just starting out. Who knows who I'll end up having conversations with, y'all? Because the way these people be coming through on these videos, Dr. J said, AJ, you and Sheik will be buzzed. My prediction too. AJ, we finna be like this. Ivan gonna be jealous. Ivan Rodriguez. He probably got Latin in him too, because Ivan's in Florida. I don't know. It's something with me and the Latins. I don't know what it is. I don't know. We just be vibing. Some with me and the Latins, because it's Ivan Rodriguez, and Ivan go hard. Ivan go hard. Ivan and AJ will probably be at it. We gonna be like the three amigos. So AJ, come back, because it's gonna be me, you, and Ivan. We are going to be best buds. So make sure you come on back. You say he does. Ivan go hard. Thank you, Francis. I love you too. But bye. Y'all need to get in here. My husband's like, probably like, girl, if you don't get off that phone. But yes, spicy. You said we spicy. The spicy, like, yes, that Latin spice. That's what it is. Y'all like that. Y'all like that tug of war. And I'm a Scorpio too, so that's what y'all picking up. That energy. I see what y'all doing, AJ. I see what y'all doing. But definitely come back. Catch me on the next live. It's probably gonna be tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned and y'all have a wonderful night. Peace. Thank you. Thank you again, Dr. J. Bye. Good night.